Hi, chat. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to another session of Tyranny of Dragons here on Forgebreaker. Tonight, we continue our trek through this, what I'm to understand is going to be a pretty big dungeon crawl for us. So kind of look forward to that. That's going to be pretty exciting. Cover our typical kind of news for the stream here. Giants Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern. They are getting ready to get into some interesting things, so we hope to see you there for that. Let's see, what else do we got? Fates game night on Thursday. D&D replay 8:30 in the morning. It's going to cover this game. It's going to cover the game tomorrow. It's going to have Ascension. So there'll be 3 games in a row that'll cover. Then we get into Alliance finally returning after a 1-session time off. Then we get back to Entropy after missing last week. Tyranny is back next Tuesday. Empire finally makes its way back next Wednesday. Lots of stuff going on. Plenty to kind of, get to watch and experience with us. We hope you're going to be here for it. It's going to be a lot of fun for us. Gonna check with them. Oh, 1 sec. All right, you guys ready?
Yep. I'm just asking about the fact that my fat ass is working out. Okay. Alrighty, so I've got a little.
There we go.
Too long of a recap, but I did write up a little bit for it. Alrighty, so last session, you continued your little kind of mini travel montage as you continued south on the Tradeway, heading towards Daggerford. You stopped only for the night in Daggerford at a local inn, not really wanting to linger too long there as you continued on. Ignalia discovered that the writs given to you by the council did, in fact, hold some merit. As you showed it to the innkeeper here in Daggerford, he quickly welcomed you into the inn free of charge, not wanting to charge you at all, even though you did have the money to do so. 1 second. I'll be right back, guys.
Alright, so while Havoc is doing that, and he is dealing with something on his side, we will go ahead and take a look at everything else. Let's see, what do we have that's new?
I'm going to have to start improvising D&D Beyond commercials.
Yes, you will. That would be fantastic.
Discord crashed for whatever reason. It was fun.
You missed the first quarter of a recap.
Yes.
And then I carried a little kid, and I can only assume that Havoc's house was burning down.
Yep, everything's on fire. Bad things are going on.
Everything is fine.
Everything's on fire. There's micro machines in the toilet.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
I used our very important God sent writ to save us all like 10 silver.
Right? Hey.
We're trying to save up to buy a boat, remember?
This is how you spin it, right? You're trying to leave a trail of where you were loud enough for any potential enemies to try and track you down. That way you can fight them, bring them to justice.
Remember those demons that found us like 2 hours later?
Right?
Yeah, we didn't even leave a trail for them. They just found us.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know that when we were doing it. See?
I really do want to know what kind of demon was in that fucking tent, though.
Right. I want to smite the... That's not what we're here for. We're on a... need to hurry.
We're on a mission from God.
Side goals.
Oh no, the gig is up, y'all. My wife just texted me and said, "Did you eat my Snickers?" The
Oh,
answer is
no.
obviously yes.
Obviously, you did eat the
It
Snickers.
looks like you're not getting enchiladas. That's what I do if I were to go like, hey,
Ren,
my
it is.
there? No?
We were supposed to...
Well, I can't seem to find your Mexican food either.
We're waiting. Havoc had
Just fell
something
out the
come up,
window. It was weird.
and
Yeah,
he
it's
had to
so
go
weird.
and take care of
Almost
it
got
real quick, and then
very
he's
happy
going to
with
return and finish
what
the
was going
recap.
on.
So,
Oh wait, you know, you
We're
live
just
next to
waiting
but
for
there's not a
him
whole
to
lot
get
of
back.
homes. The guy just houses full of people.
Right? Everyone has a home. It's 2
Right.
doors down.
See?
I could play
Okay,
some
she's-
music
Oh,
while
she
we
has
wait,
left
though.
the Taco Cabana.
Guess. Let me do that. How about I do that?
Zeke runs so hard.
Yeah.
Oh
I'll
my.
do that. All right, so sounds like Havoc is back. Let's jump back to our recap here. Thank you for sticking it out with us. Very, very much appreciate it. 1 sec. All right, you guys ready?
Okay, alrighty. I apologize for that. Did not expect to have to watch the kids. Alrighty, so I don't know where I stopped, so we're just gonna start the recap up, and we'll see what happened last session. So, as you all made your way down the tradeway, continuing on down to the south, you went through Daggerford, place you've been to, albeit kind of briefly, on your way when you came up here north. You decided to stop at an inn for the night, and you discovered that the writ given to you by the council did have some merit to it. As Ignalia proffered it up to the innkeeper, he quickly welcomed you in, free of charge, to the rooms for the night and everything, seeming that the names that you were given, the names that have given you your blessing, definitely seem to hold some power. You continued on the next day, heading dutifully towards your goal of reaching Wyrmspeaker Bridge down by the Winding Water River. On your travels, you noticed a couple of things. Ignalia one evening seemed like she saw a few dragons soaring high in the sky overhead, heading off to the northeast. Though she couldn't be exactly sure if they were, full-on dragons or maybe some drakes. It was hard to tell from that distance. A much more alarming encounter happened, however. You found yourself traveling down the road only to find a group of cloaked men standing next to a large tent off to the side of the path. They seemed to be waiting for you. They knew your names. They seemed to even know your goals. They claimed to be at the service of their master, Lord Volmer, and said that he wanted you to speak with him inside his tent. As you all studied the cloaks of these men, you noticed a symbol that some of you recognized as the mark of the devil Asmodeus. With this realization, some of the party wanted nothing to do with this group of men or their lord. As you became defensive, a deep, graveling voice began to entreat you to speak with him. He claimed only to want to talk and trade information, though you all know that this could be a devil or a fiend, and nothing good could come of trading with one of their make. You learned that this Lord Volmer seemed to be seeking information surrounding Rathmodar, though you ended up giving no information and quickly exited out of the situation, continuing on the path to the south. During the night, after moving for quite some time to get away from that encampment, and you eventually set up your own camp, some of you swore you heard the sounds of bones clanking high above your head as something flew over and away from you into the distance. The next couple of days went without incident as you arrived finally at the small tent village at the base of Wyrmspeaker Bridge. Within the group of tents, you only saw one that seemed to be a business of some kind, and discovered Bolo's Tentside Inn. Once inside, you eventually found the owner of this establishment, a small halfling woman. As you asked about Wyrm, she told you that someone matching his description had left the area recently with a group of his companions after killing one of the skilled folk, as she called them, and they left towards the Serpent Hills. With that information, you took off in that direction, not bothering to rest beforehand in an attempt to make up some ground on Wyrm. As you continued on through the night, some of you started to feel kind of tired from the constant travel that you've been put through, but you pressed on regardless. As you finally decided to stop in the middle of the next day, you looked for a suitable camping site, only to find one that seemed right, but it was currently occupied by some hill giants gorging on a small meal. As they saw you, they decided they wanted to eat you as well. You weren't fans of this and proceeded to slay them. After resting, finally, you continued on to find you found some very, very old ruins that seemed to have some recent activity, including a campsite and a fire next to a well that had blood leading to it. Not letting that stop you, of course, you eventually searched around and found an entrance into what appeared to be a tomb of some sort, and moved toward it. As you did so, two large statues standing stalwart in front of the entrance turned towards you, demanding to know if you sought knowledge or wisdom. After answering knowledge, you were warned to show proper respect, and you would be rewarded for doing so. You continued into this cave only to find a room lined with menacing hooded statues. You were warned as you entered by this thought that seemed to come from something other than yourself, that warned you to not look into the darkness of knowledge that not to look into this darkness, for you did not need to know the knowledge that it may hold. And you decided to all heed this warning. Continuing through the room, you could clearly hear the statues' heads turning to watch you, but even so, you continued on with your faces sternly facing the ground. As you move into the next room, you saw a beautiful mosaic of a sun and chimera. As you studied this mosaic, the chimera began to move and shudder, and then rose out of the floor and promptly attacked you. You were able to slay this mosaic creature without much ado, but you now find yourself with multiple options to exit this room that you've come into. As you look around, once again, you see the south door that you just came through. Off to the west, you see a door, and scrawled with chalk across this door, you see the word safe written in common. To the east, or to the north rather, you see a large set of double doors leading out of it. And then to your east, you see a small hallway leading at a bit of an incline, a downward incline away from you, and kind of tight quarters to go through that one. Well, what do y'all want to do?
Well, I can't see that. I'm on the main screen.
It's loading. I'm trying, guys. I can't make Roll20 World go faster.
Well, not with that attitude.
I'm gonna start by reaching into my bag and lighting a torch, apparently.
Oh yeah, it's very dark in here, by the way.
Yeah,
I had global illumination on for the first area, but it's not on now.
It's not now.
Hi, Steve.
Okay.
Hi,
I was
dog.
going to ask, why is everyone faded for me?
Yeah, no, it's very dark inside this place.
So yeah, I'm gonna reach to my pack and grab a torch and light it.
I don't need a torch, but I can't see anyone.
What, y'all ain't fine?
No.
Is your token not set right? Oh, don't do
don't
this again. Oh no, I can't look at y'all's settings on tokens. Change maps, does it work? Let me go to the front map. Hey, that worked. Maybe I can fix it here.
I will temporarily hold out a hand and create a light source for everyone.
You should have sight. Can you not see anything?
I'm fine.
Not really.
You should only have
like-
20 feet because blind, but
Well, my senses should let me know where people are up to. Blah blah blah. Hold on. What
we
was
can
that?
move it. We'll just give you dark vision. It's fine. I'm not too concerned about it.
Everyone still looks grayed out, but I can see at least.
Yeah, no, they're going to be grayed out because you're in dim light.
Okay.
Until my torch is lit, and then
that'll change.
20 feet, yes.
That'll be 20 feet.
20 and 20.
I'm gonna do a torch as well.
Okay.
I'm putting a point
So
of
it
light
goes-
right on Zorn's forehead.
It goes out to 40, but dims at 20.
Show us start at dim at 20.
Yeah.
20 and 20. Yeah, that should
No.
be right.
No,
Literally
it's
says 20 and 20. I'm confused.
it should go 20 for brightness and then 20 beyond that for dim. So it would be 40 and then dims at 20.
Oh, gotcha. 40 lights.
Yeah, 40 light and then dims at 20. There we go.
Okay, dope. All right, and
Nice.
Max is doing the same. So 40 and 20.
I mean, I'll pull out a torch if it'll.
You should be able to see a little bit.
Yeah,
better
that
now.
should help everybody right there.
Oh wait, no, it's not going to do that unless I do all players see light, and then it will. Boom!
Yeah.
Look at all this brightness that y'all can now see.
Brightness.
That's better. I like
yeah,
that.
I can see.
Yeah, that's the disadvantage of not lighting torches. Is
Yeah.
you can't see shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I will 100% not change that because
I am definitely carrying my shield and torch.
shield and torch. Okay. Great sword and torch, I'd imagine. Forge.
Yep. Yeah, the great sword's kind of holstered. I'm just kind of walking around with the torch in my hand right now.
Okay. All right. So you once again, kind of realizing the heavy darkness of this place, decide to bring up some light for those of you that need to be able to see. I'm just going to change that for Zorn, just because he should be able to see far. Yeah, we'll do that. There you go. Give you a little benefit. Okay, so you see this room, multiple exits out of it. What do you want to do?
I will listen to the door nearest me for any signs of people.
Okay. Give me a perception check. You hear nothing. Almost alarmingly silent all around you.
Nothing by this door.
With the torch out, do I see any footprints? Like I'm assuming this is pretty dusty and dirty kind of area. Do I see any kind of like tracks leading in a specific area more than others?
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation? Okay. I was hoping for survival, but
maybe if you're out in the woods. Yeah, so as you look around Stone Skull, you see lots of tracks going different directions. You do notice that you don't see a whole lot, just with your natural ability to tell things, off to your north, so over in this early area.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see a whole lot of tracks, but you do see what appears to be a lot of traffic, though you can't tell exactly where they were going.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm going to inspect the hallway leading out of the room.
Okay. As you're standing here, you find yourself once again this, like beautiful mosaic is across this entire floor of this room. You find yourself kind of standing on this large mosaic sun as you look down to this hallway. As you look down it, you do see this hallway, like I said, slants sharply downward. You can kind of see towards the end of it, it seems to drop, at least 10 or 15 feet by the very faint traces of the end that you can see. You can't quite see the end of it, even with your torch, with it only going out 40 feet.
Mm-hmm.
But you do see that it is slanting downward.
Does it look dangerously steep? Does it look like I could reasonably just walk down it?
Oh no, you can walk down it, no problem. It just seems like in lieu of stairs, they just built kind of a ramp here.
I'm going to underhand my torch down the ramp.
Okay. Throwing it in a particular place, or just...
Yeah, trying to throw it down, all the way down.
Okay.
Think
give me
he's
a
just
sleight of hand check.
he's just trying to see what's at the end. Let it roll down.
Okay. So it lands about here towards the edge of your vision, lighting up this hallway. You do see, and I'm just going to move you just so there's light, but nothing untoward is going to happen. You can see down towards the end of this hallway. It seems to lead into another larger room. As you're looking around with the light of the torch down here, give me an investigation check as you look around.
It's a good investigation.
20 is
so
not bad.
Not bad at all.
Hey, Ren.
As you're looking, you see along these walls, almost exactly where your torch is, there seems to be indentions of what you kind of recognize as something odd with the walls. You kind of expect there to be, either the wall shouldn't be there or maybe some doors or something along those lines. Just looks different than the walls that you're seeing to and from your current position up here.
Okay. With that in mind, I'll kind of turn back. Are those doors open? Anything behind them?
Nobody has opened any doors.
Yeah, nobody's opened doors yet. I will kind of point out that I'm like pointing up to the north up here and say I see a lot of tracks that lead north here, but not sure where they go to or what and how many is ahead.
Well, I suggest that means they're at least fresh enough for us to see them here. We should continue investigating that before we venture down a dark, narrow passageway.
Dark, narrow passageways aren't so bad.
As you
They
look
are for us with sight.
closer, especially with the light of torches up now, as you're looking at these large set of double doors, you see both of these doors are plated in just kind of corroded copper. And you see they're actually engraved as your torch kind of hovers up to shine on them. It seems like they're engraved to depict a group of wizards peering over a pool of water. You see the oversized figure of a male wizard at the top of the image, raising his hands as if summoning a creature from the pool. As you look at him, as you walk a little bit closer, you see these doors seem to noticeably bulge out towards you.
As they do, quickly reach down and grab towards the hilt of the greatsword, and like prepare, like not step back out of the way, but just kind of wait to see what's about to happen.
Okay. So as you grab the hilt of your long sword of gleam edge, you look at the door and you don't hear or see anything moving. You've just kind of gotten a little bit closer look at these doors. It seems like there's a nice, depiction of some wizards and such on them peering over this pool of water, and it seems like they're kind of bowed outward towards you. But you don't hear or see anything moving.
But they're not moving. Okay. Yeah, so kind of look around to everybody else, kind of shake off that weird feeling that Stone Skull had gotten, and begin walking forward. And I look over at Ignalia and say, do you think this is the safe route here?
Well, I kind of highly doubt that any of these routes are safe, but we have to pick one.
Even the one marked safe.
There is one marked safe.
That was a question to acknowledge.
Safe from what?
No, you said that you don't think they're safe, but it says it's safe.
How would you know that, blind girl?
You told me.
Hey, not blind. I hold you.
I'm just saying, we're not the ones that wrote it. I don't know how to interpret that.
Yeah, safe for who?
I'm gonna kind of motion everybody to kind of step to the side as I go to open the door and pull it back, in case anything comes kind of flying out. I don't want them to be in, the path of it.
I'm gonna put my hand on Stone Skull's shoulder. Perhaps I should make sure it's not trapped, friend.
Yes, that probably would be good.
Rogue doing stuff. This is
What is this?
refreshing.
Unprecedented.
Yeah, Mr. Rogue doing rogue things. Give me an investigation check with advantage because I like you.
That's good. I
So
need it.
proud.
Oh,
one
God.
more, please.
Damn it.
One more.
Oh,
A better one, please.
much better one. Right here.
Oh,
Nope.
Not
Oh,
better.
God.
Not better.
Hamster
Um,
got tired real quick.
So as you see,
I'm gonna give him a point of advantage. I'm gonna give him an advantage, or the
Inspiration.
inspiration. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Yeah, so you have inspiration as you're looking around if you would like to roll a D8. Okay. 10. All right. So as Rogar moves forward, kind of somewhat uncharacteristically, checking the door for traps and such, he moves up and you see him kind of filling his hands across the seams of this large door, kind of moving back and forth. You know, these doors are pretty huge. I mean, like 20 feet across between them, 10 feet each. He's running his hands along the seams and such, kind of investigating. Rogar, as you're investigating it, you don't see any tripwires or anything that seems to be latched on the door to indicate a trap. You just notice much of the same. Both these doors seem to be kind of arced out towards you, as if they're bulging out towards you.
Well, I mean, it looks okay. It should be okay to open. I would open. All over here.
I'm guessing just a normal kind of latch for the door. Does it push or pull?
Yeah, they both have both large handles that you can pull on.
Okay. I'll grab onto the handle here and pull it back towards me here and start to open it.
Okay, so as you start to pull it back, you start, barely just moving about an inch or so towards you, and the door is flung open. I need a dex saving throw from you, Stone Skull.
Hey, okay.
$18. Okay. So as this door flies open, the other one doing much the same, you see this, almost a small mountain of rocks piling out from this doorway, obviously being the cause of the doors bowing out from their weight. They pour out. You're barely able to kind of sidestep around, but your legs are kind of caught by some of this rubble flying out. And you take... 14 points of bludgeoning damage as these rocks pile against your skin as you dodge out of the way. And as the dust kind of starts to clear and such, and Stone Skull kind of moves away from the door, you see that it seems like the passage beyond is just completely collapsed inside of it. You see just floor to ceiling, nothing but rocks and such, making the passage impassable.
Kind of dust his legs and the kind of cloth off a bit and kind of shakes his head and says, "Oh, so much for that being safe."
Gonna move.
And obviously, you said it looks like everything ahead is just completely collapsed in, right?
Yeah, it's like the entire, you're under a very large hill as you made your way into this place. It seems like the room beyond this was just, completely
Just
collapsed
caved in.
in on. Yeah.
Okay.
Does it feel like something I think I can work around in a
You know,
timely manner?
there's, as you're looking at it and kind of feeling out, there's at least 20 feet of just...
Hey there, Hunter.
Might as well be solid
How's it going?
stone in front of you. It's going to take a long time for you to work your way through that. Because every time you mold something else, more of it's going to fall from the ceiling.
I'm gonna move up to Stone Skull and use lay on hands and give him 10 points of health back.
Okay.
Hey.
I'll just come over and put my hand on your shoulder, kind of prop you back up. There. Is it bad? Like motioning your injury?
He kind of shakes his head. No, it's not. It's not that bad. But thank you.
Clap him on the shoulder, let's everybody watch our feet. This place seems to hold dangers everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Now it seems to me
does.
that door being marked safe clearly wasn't so, but what if sealing that passage was what made it safe?
I feel like maybe I told y'all wrong. This doorway is the one with safe on it. The one to the west.
That's what I thought.
Oh.
Yeah, Scott's just mistaken.
I started
couple
saying it
people
because
that say
you guys
that,
said I
yeah.
said.
A couple of people said that. I'm like, it's not right. This one's the safe one.
I'm gonna
Oh.
go open the door that has safe written on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Change that dialogue to, let's try the safe door.
Let's go to
Yeah.
the safe door.
Okay, so yeah, as you open this door, dragging the wrong things.
What the hell? Stop telling me you changed something, roll 20. I can't do my spacebar movement anymore. They changed hotkeys.
Oh, that's annoying. All right. So as you walk into this room, Maximilian, as you walk in, you immediately
Angry
see
at
with your
you.
torchlight, as you look off to your right, you see another large scrawled in chalk word of safe written on the wall. And as you look around, you see a very plain looking chamber. In the middle of it, you do see a large, what appears to be another well sitting within it. You do see some water sitting in it as well.
Does this appear to be the room that was depicted on the wall?
No.
Okay. Guys, I'm not walking into a summoning chamber.
Aside from the well, it doesn't really hold any similarities to it. The chamber you saw depicted on those doors that unfortunately Stone Skull opened was large and kind of rectangular back behind it with sconces on the wall and such. Looked very what you would expect out of a summoning chamber or something of great importance and such.
Magic chalk
As you
writing.
look around, you see the sides of the well and the floor next to it are covered in these bright red mushrooms. You see they're slick with this watery sheen that almost resembles blood. As you look next to the well as well, you see a bronze bucket on a rope sits near the well with an empty basin that stands about 8 feet up along the north wall, so this wall. With stone steps leading up to this basin. You see at the top of this steps, a brass lever protrudes from the wall near the basin.
I don't like the idea of these mushrooms. Who knows, what, I've never seen anything like that.
They shouldn't be a problem as long as we don't touch them.
Can we traverse through without touching them?
Yeah, they're kind of sporadic around it. If you wanted to move around the room or something.
All right, fair enough. I got the idea. I saw like 3 foot tall giant blood red mushrooms. I was like, I don't know. I want to go in here. So you said there's a lever where?
On the north wall. So over here-ish.
Tara is going to squeeze past her teammates.
Back into the other room. Okay. Maximilian, as you kind of move over, like I said, you see this an empty basin at the top of 3 stone steps leading up to it. You see nothing inside this basin, and there's this brass lever protruding from the wall next to the basin.
Can I pull the lever?
Mm-hmm.
Then I will pull the lever.
Okay. Yeah, so as you pull the lever, you hear a series of clicking in the wall in front of you. And you see right above the basin, or right behind the basin, rather, against the wall, the stone kind of rises, and you see what appears to be a sloop leading into the wall. As you kind of quickly look inside of it, it just turns into darkness. You can't see beyond it. You see the basin slowly kind of turn and rise, as if dumping whatever its contents would be, though it lies empty right now, dumping it into the sloop, and then it slowly comes down back to its horizontal resting place, and then the stone sinks back down, closing up the hole that was open.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
So I just want to make sure I got the action correct. If I put something in the vessel, I could pull the lever, and then that something, whatever I put in there, would go somewhere?
It would go down the sloop into the wall, correct. Think like a mini canal or something.
Okay. It just goes into the wall?
Mm-hmm.
There was a bucket in the water, right?
there was a bronze bucket on a rope sitting near the well.
I will. Yeah. Yeah. How is the handle of the bucket's just like tied to the rope?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll go over. Where's the rope tied down to?
It's just kind of bolted in. You see a kind of similar to a pitton driven into the stone of the floor. It seems mostly that if somebody knocked into the water that you could get the bucket back if you wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah. So we go over and lower the bucket to submerge it in the water, and then pull the rope back up.
Pull the lever.
All right. So as you do so, you see this bucket completely full of water now. As you pull it back up and you're able to grab hold of the handle and such, and you see the rope is plenty long enough for you to take it over to the basin if you so choose up those stairs.
Is it just water?
Yeah, just appears to be water. Smells, kind of sour. Probably been sitting here for a while, but
Gross. Yeah, I'll pour the water in the reservoir and pull the lever.
okay. So as you tilt the bucket over, dumping its contents into the basin, you see the basin fills up almost to the brim from this one bucket full of water. And as you set the bucket back down, you reach up and pull this lever, and you see the basin once again begin to rise as that stone block rises up, revealing the small passage beyond it. Like I said, this passage is maybe 2 feet by 2 feet or something. It's tiny. It raises up, and you see the water begin to flow out of the basin and onto the sloop, and you hear trickling water going down, and it seems to kind of splash somewhere off at least 20 or 30 feet away from you through this small little corridor that has the sloop in it. But you can't really see where it's going. Once again, total darkness inside of it. And then a few seconds pass, and the basin slowly lowers itself again, and the stone drops back down.
So nothing happened.
I mean, water moved from where it was to somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You've irrigated the wall. Congratulations.
I'm gonna try another bucket.
The crops will be plentiful this year.
All right, one more.
Okay. So as you move back over, bringing the bucket back down, you fill it back up and move back towards the basin. As you walk up to the basin, you look down at the base of it, within it, and you kind of expect there to be, some remnants of condensation and such, but you see it's bone dry. Almost like it hasn't been touched in years, but you just put some water into it a few moments ago. But ignoring that, you go ahead and just pour more water into this basin, and pulling the lever, much the same happens. The basin empties into this corridor and then resets itself.
Interesting. I wonder what purpose this all has.
By about this point, I have decided that I've eaten weirder things before, and so I'm going to grab one of those mushrooms and give it a smell.
He what?
Okay. All right. So as you move into the room and pick up one of these mushrooms, kind of smelling it, give me a nature check.
What check?
Nature.
Wow, that's the best it'll ever be.
Okay.
Hey.
So as you pull up, like I said, this bright red mushroom, as you're looking at it, you see this kind of watery sheen that almost looks like blood condensating on the outside of it. You raise it up to your nose, and you get the, it almost smells a little bit sour. And as you kind of test it, licking it just very hesitantly, it almost tastes like what you'd expect, or what like raw liver to taste like.
I'm gonna, hearing that especially, I'm gonna create a small flame and just kind of cook, the edge of it real quick, and then I'll just bite into it.
Okay. So as you're picking it up, you start to cook it, and you see that it cooks very quickly, turning darker red as you do so. And after a few moments, you see that it's smoking a little bit. So you go ahead and chomp down into it, and like I said, it tastes surprisingly like fresh meat almost as you bite into it. As you take another bite and everything, looking at it, kind of large mushroom, you see that it almost seems like it's withering in your hand as you look at it, like the condensation is being drained out of it. You kind of look down and you see it almost looks completely dried now, even more so than what your flames caused.
Is that like I just sucked the liquid out of it, or is it just like evaporating?
It seems like it's like the liquid is evaporating out of it as it left its home next to the well.
Uh-oh.
All right. So everyone take a load of this, and it tastes pretty good if you're willing to chow down.
I've got my own rations, thanks.
You should be more adventurous.
Not with my diet.
Campbell's. Good.
Good.
Liver mushrooms. Good.
So are all of the mushrooms then basically growing in close proximity to the well or some kind of source of moisture?
Seems like it. They're all kind of surrounding the well, barely any growing. None of them growing any further than 5 feet away from the well.
And you said the well now is empty?
Oh no, it still has plenty of water in it.
Oh.
Yeah, can I want to grab a small rock off the floor, or actually, hell, I'll just take the chunk of mushroom, whatever, as long as it'll sink. I want to cast light on it and then just throw it into the well.
Okay. So as you do so, this bright red mushroom, very dark, almost black red now, begins to kind of illuminate with this golden light. Ignalia raises it over the side of this well and drops it. You see it beginning to sink, not really having anything to give it buoyancy anymore, and it sinks and sinks and sinks until you can no longer see the light.
Huh.
All right, I'll end the spell. Well, unless anyone wants to go for a swim. I don't see much else to this room.
Does seem a little strange.
Did you try and put a mushroom in the bowl?
No. They certainly did not.
I'm not going in there because I can't see where they are or where that hole is either. So put a mushroom in the bowl.
Maybe I misunderstood. Is the bowl just for pouring, or is it like gonna dump something in there?
It turns almost vertical. You would think that maybe it could dump the mushroom in there, but the sloop is kind of curved, like kind of almost resembles like a U with its shape. It'll probably dump the...
I got it. I start gathering up mushrooms. Max, let me see that bowl, and I'm gonna wander over with a bunch of them, and I'm gonna start trying to squeeze them into the bowl.
Okay. How many of these you grabbing? There's like 30 of them or so in the room.
I guess it depends how much moisture I'm gonna be able to get out of each one.
A little bit, maybe a decent drink out of each one.
I don't know. I guess I'll go for like 10 then.
Okay. So as you kind of brush past Max, climbing these stairs, moving up to it, you begin kind of squeezing these mushrooms. You know that they have kind of the texture even of what you know to be raw liver, kind of not fully forceful against you, but resisting a little bit as you squeeze them. And you see this, kind of blood red moisture coming out that you recognize it seems to be water within them, just discolored by the plant that you hold in your hand, or the fungus rather in your hand. As you go through one and then two, as you get to the third one, you see that the moisture, the water that you're putting down into this bowl seems to be lowering. And as you kind of study it for a moment, it only takes a few seconds. The moisture completely evaporates outside of this basin and vanishes.
All right. That was my only idea. I don't understand what's wrong with these.
Can we put water and then, like a half bucket of water and then some of the mushroom juice?
I think you just need something specific.
No, I mean, we got the mushrooms. Just get the bucket. Let's try it real quick.
Yep.
An ominous voice echoes in the distance saying, "You are going to be sorely disappointed by this. This is not a puzzle."
Do it again.
Listen, man, if you're telling me I can feed blood red water into this random slough in the wall, I should be able to.
Force feed it.
Once an edgelord, always an edgelord.
What's that? You wanted to be a blood temple? Well, now you are.
Blood for the blood gods.
Yeah, I imagine Studs gonna chuckle just like that too. What's it, blood? I'm down. I don't
Stone Skull
necessarily
chimes in from the
agree.
background, finishing the chant. Stones or skulls for the skull
Skulls
throat.
for the skull.
Yeah, as you go through this various tests and such, you're able to determine that after after 6 to or 12 to 18 seconds or so, any moisture that seems to have left its natural place in this room completely evaporates. And even though you try to force some mushrooms down with water or try to just dump just mushrooms into them, they kind of get stuck in the sloop and such, and the water just kind of continues on. You see a few of the mushrooms roll down the sloop out of sight into the darkness, but nothing ever changes. Nothing ends up extraordinarily happening as you go through these.
Last hurrah, squeezing the mushroom into the well.
Okay. Some of the water is a little red now instead of just kind of this grimy, dark color.
I'm done.
All right, this has been a waste of time. I take another mushroom and eat it just in retribution, and then throw it into the well and leave.
Maybe its purpose will be, revealed later.
Are y'all
So
done playing with y'all's food?
I'm gonna lay on hands myself also.
Okay.
Magnolia touches herself as she exits the room.
After covering her mouth in this like red water, looks like she's got blood all over her face.
I will eat you.
Phrasing?
No phrasing. I will eat you.
Wait,
One
who are
sitting.
you eating?
Okay. I'm going to continue to the only other path that remains, which is to the southeast.
As we started making our way towards the tunnel, something changes about a bow shot or so down that hallway. It looks like there's doorways and perhaps other walkways, but something doesn't quite look right to the eye.
Okay. Once I get about 10 feet into the hall, do I see what he is mentioning?
1 second.
Yep.
What was the question? Sorry.
You mentioned earlier when Max threw the torch down the hallway, he saw something changing in the pathway. He was mentioning that as we were entering. Do I notice that? I get about 10 feet in. Do I start to notice that?
Yeah, as you're moving in with the guidance to Max, you see on either side of this wall over here, most notably over to the south of this long chamber, the wall seems to kind of dissipate and dip in a little bit, almost like there's a fluctuation in it. Can't tell exactly what it is. Even as you get closer, it almost seems like the wall's sunken in a bit. It just looks very odd.
I will check for traps.
Road checks for traps. This is unheard of.
Give me an investigation check. With advantage, because you know where to look. God, you know
Oh my
something.
God.
Jesus. Can't roll above a freaking 7.
Rogue with a negative.
Yeah, so as you
to
move on these walls, you see
investigation.
much of what they're
Oh,
talking
fine.
about. You see what appears to be the walls kind of sunken in. Even though it's made of stone, as you kind of press against it, it seems like it's willing to budge to the north and south as you check both of these walls. You can't quite tell the nature of it and tell if it's trapped or not, but it seems like the door or the walls could possibly be doors or a panel or something like that.
If
Tara, could you give us a feel?
Yeah, sure. Where?
Here.
Motion to the bounding point in the hallway.
And here.
I'm gonna check them out. You just want a perception check for me?
Yeah, just perception, not relying on sight.
Cool.
And it goes through again. So yeah, as you start to fill out with the tendrils and magic of your earth energy, you feel the walls seem to be there, and you do feel some semblance of stone, though it does feel a bit odd because it's so thin compared to everything else around you that you know to be walls. You do clearly feel two pathways, almost like a continued pathway going through this area, though it seems like it drops off and you have to kind of focus as you kind of feel what appears to be stairs or something of that nature down below you, leading below this.
And both of them do the same thing, lead down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to take my maul out and attempt to break down the wall.
Okay. Give me an attack. You attack the wall. All right, so where are you attacking?
Wherever they told me to fail.
I'm guessing
Over
here.
there.
But
Okay.
yeah.
So as Tara raises up her maul and just beats it against this wall, you see a very clear panel slide backwards a few inches and then start to slide up. And you see a chamber beyond. You see beyond it as you kind of look over it. You don't see any floor and such beyond this secret panel that was here. As you look down about 30 feet or so below you, you see what appears to be stairs down below you. You see this looks like a kind of narrow shaft that looks like it could have held a dumbwaiter or something like that down below where you are to this set of stairs leading down below you.
I'm going to do the same thing to the other wall.
Okay. Much the same.
I was just gonna press and try to push it out of the way.
No, I'm having so much fun.
Let him have his
You
fun.
brought the big key.
Apparently, Tara brought the big key today. How far is the drop down from where we're at?
30 feet.
Oh. Okay.
Max. Sounds like a job for you.
Well, yeah. So it's a 30-foot drop to the left and a 30-foot rise to the right.
30-foot drop to the left and about a 40-foot drop to the right. So the stairs are going downwards from left to right.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to just kind of glide or walk down the steps. I mean, I guess you can walk down them, right?
Do what now?
So we can walk down these steps. Yes.
If you got to them, they're about, like I said, 30 feet or so on the left and 40 feet below you. There's like this empty chamber here. Leading beneath the hallway that you're in currently.
I guess I'm not really understanding how the layout.
So from this side, it's 30 feet down or something close, and it's 40 feet down. So it's like a sloping staircase underneath of this. This is like an overpass, basically.
Yeah, it's a subterranean staircase down below what you're in.
Yeah. I'd like to actually just reach into my pouch and take one of the pitons I have and my hammer and just kind of bash it into the solid wall, and then tie a rope to it and just drop it down to the stairwell below.
Yeah, I'll just glide down.
Okay. So as Stone Skull quickly hammers in a pit, and it sinks fairly easily into the stone below with its pointed in and such. Max, you're able to move however you want to down there. You're able to sink down, and you do see, especially with your torch and such, you do see the stairwell leading down, obviously beneath that hallway that you were just in. You see a doorway at the top of the stairs up here, and you see another doorway at the bottom of them.
So are we going down? Or are we going the other way down?
I'm
Let's go down to the bottom.
Yeah, I guess we'll head down. So yeah, I'll just take the rope and climb down, and kind of wanted to put it at the corner so you could kind of like walk. Everybody could like walk themselves easily down the wall to make their way into the lower part of this.
I am going to climb on my construct's shoulders and instruct him to jump down.
Okay.
Nice.
Superhero landing.
Yeah, so as Tara does, so everybody else kind of climbing down and such, you see Mr. Pebbles and Sarah riding up on his shoulders, just hop on down without ceremony and everything, and with a heavy crash, just dun! Both his feet land on the ground. Not really take any fall damage or anything from it, just kind of brushing off the obvious damage somebody else would take if they just jumped down.
I'm actually going to motion to Max and say, once everybody's down, can you pull the piton for me?
I think it might be best if we leave it. Just in case we need to get back up there.
Oh, okay.
As you're all looking around this, now finally into the chamber completely,
Okay, I
you do
need to mark
see
that then.
what appears to be ropes and a small rotted wooden platform are strewn above these stairs, running from right here next to this door all the way down to this other doorway. Appears to be a kind of a dumbwaiter system.
So there's nothing at the bottom of the stairs then?
There's a doorway there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, yeah, I want to investigate it. Does it get a door handle? Can I open it?
If you want to, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna push past my
Okay.
not stuck and check traps.
Okay. Whoever's checking it, if you're being assisted, roll with advantage. Investigation check.
Yeah, do that. Oh God.
I'm not.
Steve.
Any more
The door
traps?
made out of stone.
Fuck this party.
No, he's an idiot.
My hamster is
no, it's
tired,
fine.
okay?
Door's fine.
So yeah, as you check this doorway, you see kind of large. Both of these doorways at the top and bottom of the stairs are kind of large, heavy set wood. Not really well made or anything like that. Seeming mostly functional. But as Rogar goes through it and looks through it, feeling on the hinges and such, doesn't see any traps and such. Seems like it'd just be pushed open.
I, on the other hand, am gonna check out the other door.
Okay.
No one wants to show off.
As you're looking at this door, you see once again the large wood door in front of you. As you look at it, you do see what appears to be a carving through it, though it's faded pretty harshly from time. But it appears to be what appears to be a large goblet is set into the side of the door that you're looking at. Once again, you don't see any traps and such. It seems like it'd be pushed open from your side.
Okay. And kind of relay that message back to the others.
You said a goblin head?
Goblet. Like
Goblet.
a cup. A cup.
Oh. Interesting.
A goblet.
Is there anything in it?
It's just an etching, I think.
It's just like the front profile of a goblet.
Yeah.
Well, let's which direction should we go?
Well, the whole thing seems to be going down. So down seems to be the way to go.
Go all the way until we can't go any farther down and work our way back up?
Yeah, I'm thinking we may have just taken an elaborate shortcut. Or we're
so.
going to our doom.
That's why I want to leave that rope there. Yeah, so I will push the door open on my own. my door.
Okay. I
Okay.
follow.
Give me 1 second.
Just gonna hover my mouse in between armor class and speed.
So as you open this door, you see several figures sitting at this kind of long marble table. They seem to be looking down at rations and such as they munch on them, not really talking amongst themselves. As you open the door, it kind of grinding along the ground as you do so. You see several of them kind of look over in your direction, and then they return back to their meal.
What is it?
5 creatures eating.
Creatures?
You could give me a nature or religion check. Maybe you know what these are.
All of us, or just him?
Anybody that's wondering.
I mean, I have no idea what they look like, so.
Can't be worse than my investigation.
Rip.
Is that it? Okay. So as you're all looking down at these, Maximilian, as you kind of look at them, you see that they're, let's see. Do I have a handout? I do. You see that these creatures, it almost seems like they have beards, and they're along with their purple skin. You see their bodies are kind of covered in rags and such, but you do see some kind of goldish iron armor, but goldly painted on them. You see that these beards change the coloration from purple to this kind of gray as they goes down towards their chest. And as you're looking at them, you see the tendrils of their beard actually seem to flutter and move on their own accord occasionally. You remember some talk about this after doing some investigation on devils and summoning after finding that book in Rathmadar and the other dude's chamber. You recognize these as fiends. They are bearded devils.
And this is what they look like.
Um,
It does look, doesn't it? It looks like
Yeah.
they're snakes.
They seem to just have seen you and everything, not really caring. They just seem to be sitting and munching on some rations.
They have snakes or snake tails for beards. Spiked snake tails.
So they're like half
what would I
Medusa.
do?
Yeah. Like the opposite half. Not like any of the cool things, just the ugly appearance.
Oh, good. Willie, do you want to smite it, or should I?
Right? Like, well, I mean, tell them to be gone, right?
Be gone, you fiend.
They don't seem too concerned with us. We could just go.
We can't leave them here to hurt anybody else.
I don't think this is a place that a lot of people stumble into.
It doesn't. It's not the point.
Or they'll wait till
I'm
we
going-
walk by and then they'll attack us.
Want to kind of ignite using like holy radiance with a shield and start stepping forward, like unsheath the antagonist too, and show like a display of violence towards them. See if that gets their attention.
Okay,
Yep,
so as
probably.
you step forward, your shield kind of glowing now, you see all 5 of them start to turn in your direction. They don't stand up and such, but you do see some of them reaching down to wrap their palms around these
The minor,
glaives
this
that are sitting
is
next to all of them, and they look at you somewhat
the
curiously,
Rise
but they're not
of
really
Tiamat module.
to attack you. They seem to just
We
be
are
very
playing
intent on
on
watching you right now.
Roll20. It's a virtual tabletop platform. If you can get into
I'm just gonna
games,
look at it, and
they
see
can be set up for
leave
free
here.
by people that have the games themselves, or if you wanted to purchase the module, you could always
as you
do so
say
as well.
The one closest to you seems to turn around and kind of lean his back against the marble table behind him, propping up the glaive to kind of stand with its butt in the floor next to him. And he tilts his head towards you, and it opens its mouth, but instead of hearing a voice coming out of its mouth, You all hear a voice kind of radiating through your head as
no.
telepathy is being used. This strange. Well, does anybody speak Infernal?
I do not.
Hold on, I might. No, mine's Primordial.
Primordial.
Nope.
Okay. Tara is able to pick up a word here and there, as Primordial is a kind of dialect of Infernal. You hear words here and there. You can't really grasp the whole meaning of it, but you do recognize the word for wait and command, as this bearded devil speaks to you all and seems to kind of still just sit in his chair looking at you all.
To the group, I was going to go. He said something, something, wait, something, something, command. I don't know the rest.
Trying to command us to wait.
I am telling you to leave, and we won't ask again.
Oh, this is gonna end.
And as Maximilian says that, and kind of putting a bit more force in his demeanor, you see the ones closest to you, the three, they kind of stand up and seem to raise their glaives up in front of them in a defensive posture, still watching you, though.
Like point my sword. Do not make me banish you.
Maybe they mean that they were commanded to wait here, and they cannot leave.
Yeah. Oh,
Maybe
sure.
we should find their boss.
I'm not dumb. I'm not interested in that. They can, if they're intelligent, they can leave. If not, I'm not interested in letting them walk out of here either. You know, I'm doing it because I have to, not because I want to.
Tara's just gonna shrug and pull out her hammer.
Okay.
Here we go
I
again.
want to call them just before this happens and just ask, who do you serve? Is it Asmodeus? That's the guy we saw or we talked to in the tent, right?
No, that's the followers of Asmodeus.
They were all followers of Asmodeus.
Well, okay. Same question then, though. They all report to the same guy, I would assume.
Speaking what in common, I guess.
Yeah, I think that would be less offensive than Celestial.
Maybe a little bit. So as you say out these words, you see kind of confused looks as they kind of look at each other, up until you say the word Asmodeus, and then they all kind of raise their eyebrows a bit. And you see all of them begin to kind of lower the glaives towards you, looking at you a bit more seriously now, Ignalia.
They don't look like they liked that.
I don't really care what they're like.
And they're probably not going to like what happens in the next couple of...
I'm glad you're on the front lines, Steve.
I've got the ugly one.
Tara is actually going to put her Aegis on Stone Skull now.
Okay.
I'm gonna just
They're
die.
not gonna be able to do anything. They are all ready for combat. So
Yeah.
That's
there
not
is no
combat,
surprise.
that's defensive.
Eh,
It's just,
not
hey, they're threatening us.
Oh, there's a new.
Fun.
It's awareness.
Yeah, they're all aware of combat. So everybody will need to roll for initiative.
Yeah. Do that initiative thing.
Yeah. Well, fine. Fuck you guys.
Go ahead and put that Aegis on me and start the combat.
Mm.
That's fine. This is fine.
Oh man,
It's
I can't
okay.
wait to
I'll
see-
be down here by myself.
I hope something's left for you to kill whenever you get your turn. It's not gonna be left. Everything's gonna be dead.
Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the new. Yeah. The movement thing. You can also
Yeah.
set it so it snaps to corner too, which is cool. So you can change it to go snap from center or corner or no snap, and it'll just go from wherever, which is cool. And then you can set it to show or hide, so you can hide it from everybody else as well. So if you just wanted to measure on your own, trying to figure something out in your head, you can figure that out.
I think I was selected on my golem when I did my initiative roll, Havoc.
Oh yes, we
Guess
are
that Golem's going first.
going to set everything
He has
on
to go with my
fire,
bonus action,
or
so he gets to go when I-
I'm just gonna come in, just start swinging
got
away
the
with the
next
sword.
Um,
But wasn't
No,
their
it's Sarah.
goal still carrying you? Wait. So,
I hopped off them and get ready.
Yeah.
It rolled a 20. I mean, it's going to be higher than everybody, so it doesn't really matter.
What is its mod?
I think it adds a 0. Should see on their sheet that you have for it.
Oh, the golem?
Yeah. Or no, it does a negative
Yeah,
1. So
it's
it should
negative
roll
1.
for
We're
you.
not talking about it.
Terra's
Yeah,
turn
I was
should
talking about
start here.
Oh, okay. You're just looking for token purposes. Yeah. No, you're fine. I got you.
No,
All
I
right,
just
so-
meant the devil's mod.
Yeah.
Meta
All right.
knowledge, come on.
Let me move this around so I can see what's going on. All right, so as you all definitely start moving threateningly, these guys seem completely ready to fight, though they didn't really seem like they were going to initiate it. But Tara, you're the first to react.
I will smack Stone Skull on the back and give him an Aegis and say, run one more. And then I am just going to hold a hand out next to him and cast Erupting Earth at level 4. I'm going to center it right here. It should be a 20-foot cube.
So you can see what the spell does here.
Oop, shit. Fine. Whatever, I'll delete this second. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's move that over. Center it there, or center it...
Let's get the one closest to us. So, if we can do that,
I
yes.
mean, that's... You're not limited by squares on stuff like this, so...
Okay, yeah, I want to do that.
Alright. Okay. Each creature must make a dex save. Okay,
Spell
so
save 15.
5 coming in. Save, going left, so
Fail.
top left now. Top right, far right, and bottom. Alright, so
Everything
only the
but
first
one.
guy saves.
And he takes half damage.
That's only 12 to him, but
And
24.
it is. Sucky.
A little unfortunate. But still
Mhm.
pretty beefy damage, so.
Super unfortunate for them.
And all of that will be difficult terrain.
how big is that
Of
radius?
course it is.
20 foot.
Of course it's difficult terrain.
And that will end my turn.
Alright, so as rocks begin to correlate and rise out of the ground, surrounding around Stone Skull, begin to kind of swirl immediately in this proximity, Tara raises a hand out and kind of thrusts it up and then twists it upwards. And as she does so, the worked stone of the chamber begins to erupt upwards, kind of spikes jutting out from it and such. You see all of these guys trying to dive out of the way, but most of them just unable to do so. Only the one closest to you kind of moving out of it as best he can. And then a lot of them take a good chunk of damage as their feet and legs are kind of stabbed through by these spikes made of earth. That being said, this guy is going to move out of that. And
You think?
5, 10, 20, 25, 30, and start moving around towards you all, but unable to get close enough yet. Maximilian.
Need to change Max's picture. Actually, I need to change a couple of his pictures for this. For roll 20, because they don't match the tokens.
You're muted, Willie, if you're talking.
Sorry. I'm going to move my blade around and cast Fairy Fire on this center of that eruption. 20-foot cube there as well.
Okay, so same.
Does the ground like erupts? I imagine the like channeling my energy with it, so it like erupt with light, like gold light.
All right. So one guy's gonna try to move away, but the other 4 are gonna have to make saves. Now, what's your DC?
16.
Starting from left, he fails. Top left is gonna succeed. Top right, not so much. And bottom is gonna succeed. So this guy is outlined. This guy is not. This guy is as well. And this guy is not. So 2 out of the 4.
And they're also emanating light, which should help everyone see.
Aw.
Dim light and typically, and it's not going to really make a difference for much of things, so it's only dim light, not bright light.
Okay. And then I am going to give another point of inspiration to Stone Skull.
All right.
Okay.
Buffing the shit out of Stone Skull. Got it.
What's the size of the chamber? How tall is the ceiling?
Of course, you ask these questions. About 10 feet.
Okay. And
That's super tall.
I am going to just put my shield up. Then my turn.
Alrighty. So is what color is the light? Is it gold?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
All right.
bright.
So,
Like neon gold.
okay.
You know,
So is this kind of dim but very light-colored golden light begins to emanate from a few of these creatures, kind of sparking out from the middle of the rough terrain. You see it lingers on 2 out of the 4 of these devils, and then Maximilian turns around and whips his sword through the air. The whistle giving Stone Skull a point of inspiration, rather. Stone Skull.
What am I gonna do? Oh yeah, I'm just gonna charge ahead like I always do.
Get up now.
This isn't even a question here.
This is a 1-speed blender.
Yes. Because that's rough terrain, I'm gonna have to stop right here. But with Gleam Edge out, I'm gonna go ahead and just make a couple of swipes at the one to my west, and that's an advantage. Is
Yes.
Fairy
Yeah,
Fire? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Absolutely.
14. Ew.
14 hits.
And 21.
Well, also
So-
hits.
I'm not raging, so I'm going to turn that off. So 15 and 12, so 27. Yeah, and I think that's going to end my turn.
Alrighty, so as Stone Skull charges forward, this Age is still kind of surrounding him. He brings Gleam Edge around, hitting this guy twice. You do notice as your blade hits them, not much armor on these guys, really not relying on any other except for their skin. You see good reason for it as you slice through. You're not able to penetrate fully into their skin, your sword not really digging in with the slashing damage with both attacks, but you do see clear cuts going through this purplish skin that surrounds this creature. But it is still standing.
Okay.
This guy's gonna move down to help his comrade out. Gonna move up right next to Stone Skull, and he is going to lash out with this beard of like twine and edged blades lash out towards you. 17.
Does not.
All right, and then it's gonna also bring around its glaive to try to hit you as well.
Okay.
24.
Yes.
You can use the inspiration for AC too.
Ooh. Now hold on to it. It's fine.
Okay. All right. So you were not undead or a construct. So other than an undead or construct. So yeah, you're gonna take an extra. One more. Give me a con save.
Con save? Okay. Okay.
All right. So you're able to beat that.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you'll see the text of that attack. So it brings around this glaive. The glaive kind of cuts into you. You notice, it only does 10 slashing damage to you, which you're able to brush off for the most part. But you feel the wound kind of festering and burning from this glaive.
Okay.
This guy's also going to take a step forward and do much the same.
So it's just the 10.
Oh,
Yes, just the 10 right now.
Okay. So 4 off of that from the Aegis, so 6. And yes, the nat 20 does hit.
Okay, so that'll be 8 plus 8, so 16 total damage to you, and then the con save.
Okay. And 17.
All right, it'll be the DC on that.
Okay. So 8 on that? No.
Uh-huh.
No, what? Nat 20.
9. Nat 20 ignore stones of yours?
No, I'm mitigating the damage, so I'm
Okay, yeah,
taking
16
away.
total, so
Okay. Yeah, so I'm taking away 13 damage, so what, 3?
3, yeah.
Okay.
And then it's going to bring the glaive around as well.
Okay.
Crit fail.
Oh, poor.
That was
Poor
an
thing.
effective attack. So here we go.
I'm trying not to
Expecting
use my
that,
rage.
That to shake you did not happen.
Mhm.
All right. So as it brings the beard around, lashing around into your skin, cutting into you, you feel that wound also burning, but you're able to fight off the effects of it. As it brings its glaive around, you very casually kind of lean backwards, and the glaive misses completely. He overswings and overcorrects on it. You see him kind of looking down at his blade and looking up at you as he misses so badly, somewhat in a panic. He's going to basically be surprised until the end of his next turn.
Cool. Oh, also, the one to my west is also marked.
Okay.
Just forgot that.
All right. Steve.
Yeah.
Same
Woo.
thing. Take this opportunity. Stab this one.
Okay.
And I used
15 hits.
Stone's Endurance, so I don't have that now.
Oof, leafy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else?
This one.
Turn. Music
Okay,
bot
let's
down
get you
just a little
take a
bit.
step back. So as Steve steps forward, bringing the rapier up to bear, kind of using his momentum, he's able to drive it straight into the chest of this thing. You, much like Stone Skull, notice that the blade does sink somewhat into this creature, but not as far as you thought it would. And you quickly pull it back and step back and disengage from the combat. This guy, still seeing Stone Skull next to him, is going to attack him. 24.
Yep.
All right. Con save.
Another con save.
Gonna pretty much neglect all of that damage.
Mm-hmm.
And which one was that that hit Stone Skull?
This guy, the one to his
This one hit me a second ago, and then this one just
Yeah,
now.
I've been waiting. And so is this one having?
Yes.
Alright. And we will be taking a swing
Take
at
0 damage.
does a 12 hit. Why is it I always miss on this one?
Yeah, 12 unfortunately is going to miss.
0 damage.
Alright.
All right. So as Terra poops into existence, as Stone Skull is hit by this thing's beard, takes a swing, but unfortunately it's kind of leaning forward, and the end of the maul just barely misses as she swings it. He is also going to bring the glaive around at Stone Skull. Gonna miss this one pretty badly though.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately for him.
This guy is gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 move up next to Terra and swing at her with his beard and then his glaive. Crit fail on the beard, nothing happens, it just misses really badly. Brings the glaive around though. 14.
I'll swat it away.
Alright, so she easily just reaches up and smashes her maul against the glaive, knocking it to the ground away from her. And Ignalia decides to join the combat.
No, I don't have to. It's okay. Alright, I will. Alright, I will bonus action Mantle of Flame. And cast Melf's Minute Meteors.
Okay.
Sending the first 2 to right there. So all 3 of those should be doing 2 dex saves.
Alright, all 3 of those, 2 dex saves.
That's pretty gangster.
Mm-hmm.
First guy. Guy to the bottom left, and last guy. What's your DC? 16?
My DC is 15.
15. Okay, so the first one on this dude will succeed, but the rest of them fail.
Fuck it. I'm going to empower that shit.
Okay.
I just
Man,
saved
fuck
that
it.
somewhere.
All right.
So, total 8 for the first one, and second meteor. Uh, 10.
Okay. All right. So anything else?
Nope, I'm out. Or I'll move up a little bit, but that's it.
Okay. All right. So as Ignalia raises her arms up, and as she does so, these floating spheres of fire begin to rotate around her, and she points 2 fingers forward, and 2 of them fly up, landing in between this group of 3 of them, exploding outward. You see the fire engulfing all 3 of them before it dissipates a moment later. You see all 3 of them haven't even looked towards the fire, and they look completely unharmed by it.
Ooh, shit.
Huh. Okay.
Tara.
That's something.
All right. I am going to take a swing at this one in front of me.
Okay.
Doing a little bit better this time for
Yeah.
9 bludgeoning damage, and I am going to instruct my goal.
Go do it.
Yeah, to move up,
Beat him up,
and
Tara.
he's going to attack this man in front of him.
Did you roll damage for that?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Did it not show up?
Mm-mm.
It was 9.
9? Okay. That's fine.
Huh.
Not a big deal.
And his first one's going to yes.
Is anybody seeing the rolls?
Oh, I just got the 9 for
Yeah,
that
yeah.
bludgeoning and then attack, yeah.
All right. 12 is going to miss, but a 14 will hit.
Where do you roll his damage at?
Just click on the attack text
Okay.
right there.
Gotcha.
So 7. Okay.
And I am going to end my turn there.
Alrighty. So much the same between you and Mr. Pebbles as you hit these creatures. You with your maul, and then the stone golem with the fist of its second attack. You see them obviously hitting, just not doing as much damage as you thought you would, as their skin kind of rebounds against it, resisting the damage. This guy's going to finally get to jump into combat. 5, 10, 15, 20, moving right next to Tara, and is going to beard and glaive you. 17?
No.
No? Okay. And glaive, 20.
And on that one, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Change of shield. Alrighty. So as it brings its beard around, you're able to kind of dodge out of the way, leaning backwards away from it. But it quickly brings the glaive around. You see it heading right towards your side. And you quickly kind of raise your arm up, and as you do so, magical runes appear in the air,
Yeah, so I
blocking against this attack.
think I'm gonna have to hold off on my rage
Shield
because
is amazing.
we are just now in here and I don't want to
Nah, you
burn
ain't
through
doing
my
it. All right,
second of
Max.
3 rages before we even get anywhere.
I am going to move up to. Oh, whoop!
You're on the drawing tool.
Wrong tool. I'm gonna use my wings to like thrust forward into the room and drive my sword forward like a spear. 1. He's being flanked, right?
Not so much.
What?
No, flanking's not a thing in 5e.
Oh. Yeah.
17 will hit, though.
And I am going to use Smite. Let me get a gauge at how healthy these guys are real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a 3rd level spell. They're fiends.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so add that extra 1d8.
28. Okay, that's radiant damage, right?
Yep,
Okay.
that is
yeah.
radiant damage.
No resistance here.
Uh,
Yeah. Anything else?
Hmm.
and I'm going to give my last point of inspiration to Tara.
Okay.
I feel like We need some DC action here.
Okay. All right. So as Maximilian unfurls his wings and uses them to quickly move forward, he brings the antagonist forward with a good first shot, stabbing right into the chest of this creature. As he starts to pull the blade out, you see a bit of a smirk crossing his face as his sword begins, as the antagonist begins to glow with this radiant gold light, and he slashes down, pulling the blade out. As it bursts free, you see this creature just screaming in agony as this golden light it suffuses its body before it puffs almost instantly into this puff of black ichor that slimes to the floor as it vanishes from this plane of existence. Stone Skull.
I like it.
Okay. I am going to kind of laugh a bit to myself as I go to swipe Gleam Edge, and I'm going to basically do like a full cleave that goes all the way around from this side up and around, and I'm going to hit the last target twice by using Action Surge.
Okay.
So first attack to the north, second attack to the northwest, third attack at advantage, fourth attack at advantage. What hits?
Is this guy glowing? Should have been. You started
This
from the top
one.
left, right?
Yeah, no, I started to the north of me.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
yeah,
yeah,
okay,
and then
so you
worked
started
counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise.
there. Okay. Yeah, all attacks will hit.
Okay. So yeah, one to the north takes 17. The one to the northwest takes 13. The one to my east takes 10 and 16, so 26. And all three are now marked targets.
Alrighty. Good times. All right. Anything else?
No, that's my turn.
All right. So as you bring Gleam Edge around, just surging with power as you begin to move in a more ferocious and quick pattern, you swipe through all three of these creatures, the last one getting struck twice. Much like before, you do see your blade is just not quite digging in as far as you want it to, but you ignore it and just keep on doing damage to them. You see the one to your immediate west is barely holding on with these just series of gouges through its skin. It's leaning heavily on its glaive. The other two starting to
all
look
the
beat up as well, but
damage.
not near as critical as the one above you there.
All right.
That being said, three of them are up still. So this guy is not a fan of you, Stone Skull. Beard first. 22.
Con save.
Some miracle you fail one of these.
Not today.
All right.
Not
so
right
eight
now,
piercing.
anyway.
And
Okay.
glaive as well. 11's gonna miss.
Yep. So I'll take 4 on the first one.
Got your north doing much the same. 23. Another con
Yep.
save.
Okay.
And a glaive. 7.
Nope.
All
So
right.
another 4 on the second one. Or,
Alrighty.
no.
Taking little bits and tiny little bits of damage from these attacks.
Yes, 4.
Steve.
Alright,
5. Okay.
step Terra,
5.
stab it.
Man, freaking
They'll do so with
Bear
the-
Totem Barbarian is so beefy, man. So much, like all the
13 will hit.
damage, and can mitigate everything. And it doesn't hurt that I got this
All right,
Aegis
he's
that
still standing.
just
Anything else?
makes me super beefy and mitigates 4 points of damage
Disengage.
right off
All
the
right.
top.
Steve rushing forward, kind of sliding across this black ichor around Terra, and as he does so, he quickly thrusts out his rapier of warning, stabbing into this devil as he does so, pulling it out as he quickly continues sliding across the ichor up to the west of the room, doing a little chunk of damage to him, but not quite ending his life. This one is gonna attack. No, he's gonna keep going for Stone Skull because he's hit him once. Beard first. 9's gonna miss.
Miss.
Glaive 22.
Hey, that hits.
Wait, I mean, you still got.
Hey. I'm not going to take any damage, but I got a con save anyways, right?
Yes.
Yes, I know. I still have inspiration. Oh, I
And
did
it's-
fail a con save.
Ooh,
Oh, wait. DC 12, you get to D8. You can use it on
Oh,
save too.
that's true. That's true. I'm gonna do that.
Come on. Big
Wasn't
money.
it that one though?
Yes.
I'll give it to him. Saves don't really count for natural fails or crits, rather.
Gotcha.
Oh.
So, he hit you once with a glaive already, and as he sinks into the wound, you see he kind of makes an X pattern across the first one he landed with a glaive. And you actually take a little additional damage from that. Another 4 on top of the 4 that you took already. As he strikes you again, that wound just kind of burning into your skin. But you're able to save against the other effects of the attack.
So only 4.
Like I said, only taking the 8 minus all your
4.
damage reductions.
Mhm.
Who's the last guy? Oh, he was the high initiative one. Gotcha. All right, this last one here is going to swing while he's still glowing with this golden light, but it's going to swing at Terra. Beard 15 is going to miss. Glaive 21.
That will hit. You need
Alright.
a con save.
Con save.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right, you were able to take against it.
Man.
Don't believe he's hit you with the glaive before, so it sinks into you. You're able to fight off as the wound kind of burns. You fight off any extra damage from it, only taking 4 slashing. Oh, I rerolled that initiative.
Mhm.
Oh well, that's fine. Ignalia.
Hooray! I'm going to move up next to Stone Skull.
Mhm.
And I will swipe at the one to the northwest.
Okay.
Using just my regular sword, because I've clearly
Okay.
seen that fire does nothing.
Did not bother them at all.
Not even a bit.
Nope. Not at all. They probably actually liked it. Hey.
It was a 22 hit.
It does.
And I will dump a smite into this.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will dump a level 2.
Ooh,
So
nice.
close. All right. Anything else?
Nope. I'm gonna let the minute meteors just kind of fall and, turn back into dead rocks where they were.
Okay. Seeing your spell not doing anything, you charge forward with your longsword, bringing it around once. As you do so, you clearly cut right, kind of starting at its belly, moving up its chest, not sinking very deep into it. But as your sword exits out of the body, this glowing radiant energy is left behind, hitting it and kind of spreading a wound open. You see it gasp in pain, holding its chest, kind of holding itself together as best it can. It seems like it's barely still on this plane, almost dead, but not quite. Terra.
We're gonna go round 2.
Round 2.
Let's see. 22
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
for 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 12 again. And a 17.
17 will hit. Actually, it's a 23.
23 and
That's
very
Oh,
much
yeah, 'cause-
advantage.
yeah.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Okay. So 21 total damage is more than enough as Mr. Pebbles raises his fist, bringing him down. The first one knocking this devil down to the ground, and he quickly raises his fist up and just drives it straight down through the back of this thing, just punching a hole as it dissipates into ichor, much like the other one did. It is dead. And your maul hit the other one, not doing a whole lot, but he's starting to look pretty winded and pretty beat up. Max.
Oh, come on. Change tabs, please. Thank you. I am going to cast Shatter. Right here.
Okay, that's a 20 foot.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
From there or further back?
Let me get this line right again. See, right? That's, oh shit, yeah, 10 feet.
I just thought of something, Havoc. is they have a resistance to my sword, even though it's a magical sword. That sucks.
That's a thing that exists.
That sucks a lot.
I'm gonna cast it back here so it just affects these two.
Literally, the only thing I have is a magical sword
Okay,
with no other magic.
All right. I believe that's a con save, right?
Correct.
Okay. 6 on the top guy, 13 on the bottom. I'm pretty sure both of those fail.
They do both fail.
11 thunder damage.
11 thunder.
This guy takes a heavy hit. This guy, just barely holding himself together, feels the impact of this thunder damage against his back, and as he lunges forward, moving towards Stone Skull, Stone Skull bleeding his blade up to block him, doesn't even reach him as he just melts into this pile of Ichor at his own feet. Clearly dead.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to move up here and end my turn.
Alrighty. Getting the kill on it, taking out one of the other ones. Stone Skull.
All right. I'm going to. So it's 20 feet of movement, and as I'm running by and staying kind of close to this one that was to my northwest, I'm gonna swipe at it, and then like on like the backhand swipe at the one to my south now.
Okay.
So that one's normal, and this one's at advantage. Yeah, so 22 damage to this one. No, 23 damage to that one, and 11 to that one.
Okay. The other one's not quite dead, but you just completely decimate the first one that you attack. Cleaving through it, almost bisecting it, and as its two pieces, its upper and lower torsos begin to fall to the ground, they both melt away into this black ichor, seeping into the stones beneath you. You cleave clearly into the one that completely marked for you to easy to hit. Doing some damage to it. It's looking very beat up, barely standing, but it is still alive.
All right.
So that one's dead. That one's dead. Steve, there's one guy left.
Yay.
Stab
him.
27 hits.
Stab him.
Yeah.
Do the stab
Go ahead
thing.
and give me a little narration as you finish off the last bearded devil.
Assuming after getting struck by Stone Skull, he might have turned towards him, like, bring my rapier and up, like, drive it to the back of his neck.
Okay. Yeah, so as you clearly see this guy turning around after getting struck by Gleam Edge, looking around, bringing this glaive up and his tendrils of his beard, beginning to start to motion and move up towards Stone Skull. You quickly, kind of with a very small leap, kind of lunge yourself into the air, bringing the rapier kind of at a downward angle, hitting this thing right in the base of the neck. You can feel it clearly going through bone and skin, seeking deep into this thing, and as you bring it back out, as you come to a stop, landing back on the ground, it kind of gurgles for a moment, standing there, raising its arms up, and then, much like the others, dissipates completely into black ichor.
Yes.
That was the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I want to just kind of bang my sword and shield together like a clap. So that's an incredible dismount. You go.
Thank you. So,
So I'm guessing there's nothing left, like, of these. It's just like a black goo on the ground.
Yeah, and even as you're looking at it, seeing that they've just completely disembodied or disassembled themselves into this black ichor, you see the black ichor kind of steaming a bit and evaporating over time. Probably not from the same effects that you saw with the water, just the natural tendency for creatures summoned from another plane of existence to dissipate. And they are all super dead.
Super dead.
That is why you can't trust any devils. Guarantee they were associated with those others.
Well, you'll never know now. Didn't ask him.
They come from the same plane. They belong on that plane, not on this one.
We kinda did ask him. We got upset.
This is
Yeah,
true. I did ask.
Side note, I feel like somehow Max got a little racist. I don't know what that says.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, you noticed, did you?
At
After
this point,
completely
Max
just
is a
wanting nothing to
bigot.
do with the
He
half.
hates
First it's
both people
halflings, then it's anyone infernal.
Yeah, it's holier than thou thing is interesting.
Rears his ugly head. All right, so as you vanquish these bearded devils that were seemingly just enjoying an evening meal, you find yourself, like I said, in this room, this long marble table sitting in the middle of it. They were sitting around. You see, let's see, as you look around the area, you see two exits out of this room. You see a stairwell to your east, leading down towards another door. And as you kind of peer around at it, you see, scrawled in chalk on this door down here, you see a question mark and then danger written upon it. You see nothing written on the door to your north. And at that point, we're going to go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break.
Oh yeah.
We'll return and see what else y'all can get into here.
Bring it on,
Be right
devils.
All right, I'll be right back.
Punk ass devils.
More devils.
Come on, bring it on.
More devils.
Invite the hell out of some devils.
Danger zone. All right, cool. So we're gonna take 5-minute break, guys. Don't go anywhere.
I want to
We're
fight
gonna
something big.
come
I want
back.
Stone Skull to go blind face on him.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be so good when we get to like a boss fight, and that's what's about to happen. So yeah,
To see,
gonna-
I like thinking about it like thematically too, especially from like the bad guy's perspective, right? Like he's doing his thing, he thinks he's king of town. Some dude stroll up, want to start. She's like, "I'm gonna smash this guy," and you get up and just start like disemboweling him, like, "Ah, God, what the fuck? Hey, whoa,
not today,
Whoa.
Junior."
whoa, what the hell is with this guy? That's a sharp ass sword he's got there. He knows how to use it."
Not today, Junior. All right, so 5-minute break. I'll be right back,
Dude, I still
and then
chuckle
we'll
every time
continue
I
on.
think of Stone Skull getting smacked, like laying down on the ground with a great club, like the Hulk, like hitting fucking Loki, like wow, just getting smashed in the ground and just getting up from it, like all right. Like that was unfortunate. Oh, just I mean, shrugging it off too. Well, it does for like the module, right? Because the stuff that's built in here, I just don't think is strong. Like even adding multiples, like it's not doing enough. Like I mean, even the devils had like adding, like stacking damage and stuff. It doesn't matter. They can't hit you when they die too fast. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. So we're assuming this is like an internal recap. We're assuming or at least I'm assuming the writing on the wall is the Wyrmspeaker we're after. Like he's systematically going through, but I can't remember what it is he's looking for. I know he's looking for his mask, but he's not looking for it here, is he? Or is he thinking, ooh? Well, now I'm thinking Devil stole his mask.
Well, the recon that you were given specifically said there were Jesus Christ. Okay, Facebook, you got to close. The recon specifically stated that there was a reason he was coming to this area. There were rumors and legends of powerful divination magic being present here in the Serpent Hills. And he was going to use said divination magic to try to locate where his mask is.
Okay. So, I would imagine then that the devils, because it can't be coincidence. There's devils in here, devils that greet us on the road. So, we're outright hostile. Either way, it doesn't matter. Just trying to
Neither
get
group was actually surprisingly for devils.
That's fine. Hey, if there's a next time, they'll get the business at whatever time they want to start. I'm not here for you, but if you give me an excuse, like.
The biggest thing you should take away from it is that, there's a correlation that can be drawn very easily. Is that Tiamat from legends and lore and such is locked in hell. That devils and fiends reside in hell. That they have to be summoned. Yeah, they have to be summoned to this plane of existence. Yeah, so you've got that correlation going for you. You don't know exactly what's going on, but you've had two groups of devils, both of which not seeming to really care about you.
One was enslaved. Who escaped, right?
You talking about the first group?
Yeah, you said there was a devil that was enslaved. He got released. Am I imagining something different?
The Lord Volmer just wanted to talk. That's, literally it. He just wanted to, talk with you, get some information, exchange it back and forth.
Yeah, nope. It's a slippery slope, man.
Yeah. They were just kind of like, whatever. All right, fine. You want to leave? Whatever.
Yeah. Well, tough tacos for them and their crowd. They can vamoose.
Yeah, it kind of limits whenever they only speak one language, so you couldn't really talk to them. So it kind of sucks, but I was trying to give it a little bit with the Terra knowing Primordial, but
right. I don't know how much accuracy is in there, but I like it.
I want to say I read that in my last module that I ran Sunday, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Infernal.
All right, we have about 20 seconds left, and we'll jump back into
Primordial
this.
is a
if you aren't already doing so,
Infernal.
please, I would very much appreciate
Interesting.
you guys giving us
I
a
thought,
follow here. Coming back
Celestial,
whenever we
and
stream
Infernal were like
for
the
any of our
three.
upcoming sessions, be happy
Yeah,
to
kinda
have
like
you here and
they're
hanging
kinda
out
like
with
the-
us.
Those are the originals, and then everything kind of branched off of those.
Don't
things,
forget,
so all
we
the other languages kind of branched off of that, but
going
other
to be
planes are gonna
back
have it too.
here
Infernal,
tomorrow
just the natural process
for
of things, also developed
Amongst
its
the
own language
Giants.
based off
It is our
Primordial.
Storm King's Thunder playthrough
Like
here.
Latin-based.
And then
Essentially,
Fate
yeah,
returns on Thursday
might be
for
better
his
with that. I'll be right
stream, for video game streaming. Then we will be back here
So,
for more live
if you
D&D
wrote
on Saturday,
safe and the room was, in
Sunday,
fact, safe.
Tuesday, and
Danger question
Wednesday
mark means he
of the
thinks there's
upcoming
danger,
week.
but not
So
sure.
lots of games. We
Is
hope
that
to see you
something we
here.
want to,
We're going to jump back over to the game.
investigate?
Thank you
Or
again for
continue
being
heading
here. Hope you stick around for the remainder of our
Or
session
try another
here.
door, continue,
About
try
another
and find another
hour,
way.
and a half left, and hopefully
I don't
you
think you'd
enjoy
be
it.
down there if you marked the
So
door.
yeah, let's jump over and rejoin them.
All right, I'm back.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Okay, so y'all are in this room. You have several exits. Back up the stairs if you so choose. Down the stairs to your east, there's another doorway on the north. Got a bunch of black goo that's slowly evaporating all around you from these slayed devils. What do you want to do?
Devils.
Let's clear the level. You said go through the door, Willie?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm gonna kind of get close to the door, but not all the way up to it. And can I sense anything beyond it?
That is a good question. How long does Aegis last?
Let me scroll up. Oh, yeah, I'll just look at my character sheet. That'll probably be easier at this point. 1 minute.
Okay, so it'll be gone now.
Yeah.
I'll remove it.
How long does your inspiration last now, Willie? It only lasts 30 seconds, Havoc. Okay, cool. I'm removing it from everybody. I don't know. An hour, maybe.
Don't do that
Um,
yet.
So yeah, as Tara reaches out with her senses, she feels this door here. Everything that you've started to notice, though, even though it's extremely faint, you feel that there is some sense of magic radiating through this entire area. It kind of distorts your senses just a bit, but not as much as something like the Skyreach Castle did. You clearly feel there seems to be a chamber lying on this other door, or lying beyond this doorway, rather. Seems to be a hallway leading off to the west.
But I don't sense anything. Like,
Moving around or anything? No.
yeah. All right. Just looks like another passageway. Steve, you want to check it out?
It's gone so well. Please check it out.
Somebody should help him this time.
Anybody need help? Even if they did.
I don't think that can we help?
I know it wouldn't matter.
I don't think anybody can help him anymore. Jesus. So yeah, much like
It's a pep talk. It's
before-
okay, buddy. Performance issues.
We understand.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's dark. My eyes aren't so.
It's real dark in the room and such. As
Super.
I'm not
Steve
crying.
checks
You're
this,
crying.
checks this door, seems to just be kind of a large wooden door. He moves across it, doesn't see any inscriptions or anything on it. Has a latch to pull it towards you. Doesn't seem to be locked, but don't see any traps or anything on it.
Seems fine. Totally.
I'm going to instruct my golem to open the door this time,
Or that.
in case
Okay.
of falling rocks.
All right. So Mr. Pebbles walks up under direction of Tara and grabs hold of this door and pulls on it, and it opens.
Oh, of course, when that thing opens the door, nothing happens. I open the door and just a pile of rocks fall out on me.
Well, he is a pile of rocks already, so...
Doesn't make it acceptable.
Oh,
I'm just gonna come in here and peek around. Kind of look around down the hallway.
Yeah, you see a
Step
hallway
aside.
leading to another doorway to the west.
To the west. Okay, I'm gonna just stand back and actually, you know what? With my luck, I'm gonna back up. Somebody else open that door, just in case, because
I'll send the golem to open it again.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Mr. Pebbles, my boy.
Mr. Pebbles MVP, open that door.
Just not even checking or anything. Yanks the door open.
Nothing bad could happen here.
As you open this door, you see a somewhat familiar sight. Takes you a moment to place it, but you remember kind of the same imagery of this room matches what you saw on the door that ultimately opened up and sent crashing rocks through it. You see this large pool sitting at the other end of the chamber to the west. As you look around, you see broken arrows, blood stains, what appears to be a dead cultist strewn across the floor of this chamber. And
I'm
as
gonna
you
go a
look
little bit deeper into the chamber here to see.
Yeah, and as you move a little bit closer, kind of shedding some light on it, you see the pool, even though the artwork shows differently, does lie empty. You see no water and such inside of it.
So there's a clear signs of battle.
Yeah, you see, like I said, broken arrows. You see some blood stains strewn across the floor, and you do see one dead cultist still remaining in this room.
Does it look
I'm,
like? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, does it look like the combat faded into one direction or another? So I was just trying to ask.
It's more so just chaos all around you. You can't really
Okay.
get a good tell of directions and everything. Everybody but Tara, give me perception checks as you look around this chamber.
Perception.
Nope. Not
If
today,
you want to
friends.
investigate further, as like the nature of combat and such, you can give me an investigation check.
Oh, we'll do that too. I don't know.
Nope, I'm not rolling.
All right, so Tara not going to get a whole lot, unfortunately. You can't see.
She can feel. It's feeling how combat went. You know what I mean? Like impressions in the
I
ground.
don't see and I know things. That's what I do.
Okay, Legolas. So yeah, as you all look around this room, you notice a few details that escaped you as you initially walked in. You see, we'll say, Tara and Steve are able to fill out the room and see that most of the arrows seem to be lying broken in such a direction that you think that they've all been shot from close to this doorway to the north. As the rest of you look around the room, Maximilian and Steve especially, you're able to see as you look down at these arrows, you see that they are carved of stone, and the heads of these arrows are in the shape of fangs, set with the symbol of a cobra with a crown above it.
Oh,
no.
fancy arrows.
Oh no.
I'm gonna pocket one.
Okay.
Want to make my way over to this door. And push it open.
Okay. Maximilian, as you were looking around the room, you also do notice over here to the west, you see the end of what appears to be a sloop coming out of the wall, leading down towards the pool, or the well, rather.
It's a fancy well mechanism to fill the pool up, huh?
Appears to be.
Okay, I can take it.
Okay. So you're checking that door?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Gonna look over to Ignalia and kind of shake my head and say something doesn't feel right about this room.
As you listen as closely as you can to this room, you check the doors and such and see that there's very kind of large, ornate doors here. You see the symbol of a somewhat recognizable wizard kind of spreading his hands out, openly kind of welcoming you. As you look over across it, as you check the door, you don't see any traps and such. The doors seem fairly large and heavy, constructed of stone, but otherwise seem like they could be opened just by pushing them away from you.
And I will put my shield up against the door and lean into it, push it open.
All right. So as you open these large set of double doors, you see a chamber lying beyond it. You see this chamber's slightly larger than the ones you've run into thus far, about 20 foot high. You see braziers around the room, lit, continuing to flicker with themselves, just with this kind of continual flame. You see a massive stone sarcophagus sits atop a step stone dais at the center. As you look around, you see the walls are decorated with life-size frescoes showing these kind of ancient figures that seem to kind of radiate power. As you all begin to enter into this room, you all get a sense, and almost like previously in this place, you get almost like a message that fleets across your mind just very briefly. You get the sense that it would be very disrespectful to disturb anything here, and that everything should remain as it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I will back out of the room slowly.
Okay.
I will do the same.
see why the danger had a question mark at the end of it. I get it
That
now.
was not.
That
this
was the
door.
other door.
That was the other door.
That was the
Y'all
other
Oh.
are, y'all are bad at this.
I am bad at this.
Somebody should probably write notes.
Directions are the opposite. Are rotated 90 degrees to your right.
It just messes with me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's super annoying, but otherwise I have to change all the text, and that's. Ugh.
You could rotate the whole map.
I could. But holy shit.
Right?
Do work
Not-
for us, Havoc.
Yeah. Okay. Let me stop everything else I do.
I want to go to the other side of the room and pop these doors open.
Give me a perception check as you walk near the doors.
Can I advise you not to do that?
As you look at these doors, you see something very familiar. You see the depiction of several wizards standing over this large pool, with one larger one standing behind it, almost motioning towards the pool as if summoning something. You also see that these doors are bowing outward towards you.
Yeah, I'm not touching those.
You sure?
I know what that does.
You sure? Be fine.
Yeah, oh, positive. I'll back away from those doors. I think we know what happens when those doors open.
Tara's gonna send Mr. Pebbles over there and have him open them.
Back out of the way here.
Yeah, Mr. Pebbles opens the doors. Rocks fall out. Mr. Pebbles just completely covered in rocks for only a few moments before he stands up, completely unharmed by this bludgeoning damage.
Yay.
Solve the
Problem
mystery.
solved, y'all.
Says I'm the only one in here.
Yeah, it just loaded me back
Definitely.
in too. I see you and me.
Mine just says me.
Okay, now
But everyone's coming
Everybody's
back,
coming
yeah.
in now.
all right, roll 20, having issues. All right, you have this
There we go.
somewhat sorrowful room laying to your north, and the passage you came through, and then a empty well, or an empty pool, more so, lying before you. You do see the bottom of it clearly, not being a bottomless well like you've run up to this point.
Have we tried to put any gold in the pool? I hear that gives good luck.
I think it needs to have water in it first.
My roll 20 is dead.
Oh, rip. Not even working if you refresh.
Nope, it's dead in the water.
GG.
Yeah. So I'll be right back. Just keep going.
Oh, what do y'all want to do?
Oh. Are there any more of the levers or anything by the pool, y'all?
I don't think we found
No.
any.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I guess we explore more. So we are here looking for the dwarf, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just see a
Do we
dead
wanna
body
go
in the
through
middle of this
the-
room, and the pool, and that's about it.
Mhm.
This is the danger door.
Did opening that door make that any?
Nope, still
More
just a
passable.
wall
Okay.
of rubble.
All right, that's not gonna be passable. We gotta go around.
I can't see anything having. I mean, my screen's just black. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but
Just click
enough fun.
and click at its token so it moves them.
That opening? That opening? That
No,
opening?
send the ping.
I don't
Oh,
understand.
I'm back. I can see now.
Oh, okay. Cancel. Don't mess with anything. Got it.
I don't know what that was all about.
Roll 20 is shit in the bed right now, I think. Sucks. They have a lot of issues according to their Twitter the last couple days.
They're trying to make a bunch of changes, and
Yeah. They
Yeah.
keep breaking things when they do it.
yep, unfortunately.
The pains of it growing.
Look, y'all
Everyone
see
knows
this?
that.
Yes.
Right here.
I'm also going to put
Sure.
text.
Already put text here.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it somewhere else.
No, yeah. Boop.
Steve, do you want to go down and check for traps, or do you want to send Mr. Pebbles down? Because he might be more useful.
Pebbles.
All right.
Have an off.
All right, I'm gonna need you to check the door marked danger for traps and do it really well.
I'm gonna move right here, but only so I can see him. Technically still back there.
I'm hiding behind Mr. Pebbles.
Mr. Pebbles is getting his use now, apparently.
And he's going to open that door.
You gotta turn up music but a lot to hear this. Hello. Alright, he's gonna open the door. As you look down into this chamber, you see a throne on a massive dais resembles a floating cloud concealing a golden sun. Seated on the throne is a 12-foot tall, regal, and well-muscled humanoid male with a flowing white beard and purple toga.
Oh. I see.
As you look down at the foot of this very large man, you see what appears to be like a pile of treasure. You see lots of silver pieces and some fine silver necklaces. You see what may be a potion or something laying amongst it as well. As you look down at the pile as well, you can also see there's got to be a few hundred copper pieces and what appears to be just some worthless bits of jewelry and pottery down below it.
So it's not doesn't look like a hoard per
Just
se.
pile of treasure down at this thing's feet.
So kind of like a tribute, maybe.
Going
Is,
to does it look like there's any sense of acknowledgement that he's doing anything but staring?
Just staring forward, not doing anything.
does he look like a giant?
Kinda. I mean, it clearly has the proportions and such that of a man. Just a very big one.
Interesting. Interesting indeed.
Yeah, I'll make my way into the room slowly. I want to see if he acknowledges my presence at all.
Okay.
What? There's doors in the room as well.
Yeah, you do see two sets of doors immediately to your south and then further down to your southeast.
I'm gonna make my way, down here to the doors.
Okay. As you get to the middle of the chamber, you hear this soothing, magnificent voice begin to speak out from this large man as he looks down towards you. Ye who seeks Diderius's insights must first furnish tributes, that Diderius might work his mighty magic. Lay such tribute at my feet, or depart.
Mm.
I'm gonna pull out one of the platinum coins that I have and put it on the pile.
Okay. As you do so, you see the eyes of this large man kind of following you, and as you drop this platinum piece down upon the pile, he nods towards you and seems to look back up and slowly kind of scan the room, looking at the rest of you.
I will do the same.
I will do
Yeah.
the same, but in gold.
Can't chief up now.
As you're dropping like 10 gold. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
have platinum
like-
piece.
Yeah. I'm also gonna do that as well. Drop 10 gold.
Okay.
Also dropping.
Everybody just going around paying tribute, dropping money there.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody
Whatever
not,
Father Time wants.
anybody
Father
not
time.
doing that?
I mean, is he requiring it of Mr. Pebbles?
Probably not.
Yeah, but no.
Okay, so as you all go up and offer this tribute, saying you're putting your own bit of wealth or something you might find somewhat important to you in front of this large figure. In turn, he looks down at you as you do so and nods his head, turning his attention away from you to the next person who does so. And as you all, you see that he's kind of leaned forward a bit as he addressed you all. And as you all complete, and everybody in the room proffers tribute to him, you see his form beginning to kind of sit back in the chair, resuming his regal posture from when you first entered the room, and then staring blankly in front of him.
Wait, so we don't get anything from this? I'm saying that in character to everybody else.
Just looking around the room.
Nothing happens.
So do we just go through a door now?
No, I'm gonna. You are Didarius? I'm gonna ask the large gentleman.
The large gentleman.
I don't know. 1 second.
I was taking that as his actual reaction. Am I?
Okay, so as you ask this question, this figure just kind of staring blankly in front of it, the question just kind of lingers in the air for a few moments with no response. This giant man doesn't even twitch or move.
We're granted safe passage. Well, that was an expensive toll.
Give me a perception check as you say that. Is it gonna roll?
Not today.
No, because mine I had to refresh my roll 20 in character sheet list.
Hey.
Okay. As you're looking, saying, expensive toll and such, you return your eyes back down to the pile that you just threw a platinum piece on top of, and you see there's no other platinum amongst this. You see, like I said, a few, a lot of silver pieces and such amongst it, followed by some copper down beneath it, kind of making up the base of this pile. But you also see, pretty much just worthless looking, might as well be plastic jewelry laying amongst it as well.
Perhaps it's not gold, but something of meaning, not of material value. I'm going to reach underneath my armor and take off the amulet of Bahamut I've been wearing and set it down in front of him.
You all get the impression that you have appeased this figure already.
Oh, we have a piece. Oh, okay. I thought it was like maybe it's more.
I'm more
Okay.
so giving you the impression that it didn't really matter what you gave him.
Oh, it's just something.
Yeah.
Just tribute.
Well, I can't take it back. I make change.
Nope. Too late. Just some
Color me up, boss.
nice little hindsight that you didn't have.
10 gold.
Oh, we're
I'll
right.
wasting more in the bar.
I'm gonna go down to this set of doors at the bottom and open them up.
Okay.
You can open the ones at the top at the same time. Push them all open.
Yeah, Mr. Pebbles will assist you with that.
Okay.
Here we go.
Stone Skull Ignalia, are y'all opening that door as well? Or are you gonna wait?
I was just gonna listen in to see what was on the other side.
Just push it open.
Just push it open?
Yeah, just push it over.
Just kick it open, guns blazing.
Okay. All right, we'll start with the bottom door with Max and Mr. Pebbles. As you open this door, you see what appears to be a study, or maybe a library. You see that it's dusty shelves all around this room, and tables just lie completely empty. It seems like anything of value that might have been in here was taken long ago. However, as you open this door, as you glance around the room, immediately not seeing a whole lot, you start to see a figure in front of you, and towards the middle of the room, begin to collate into existence as this kind of specter figure, somewhat see-through in such a pocket or form, looks towards you, and in a somewhat feminine voice, she says, "Who are you? Are you here to steal anything? I will not have that." And as the door up by Stone Skull and Ignalia is open, immediately your nostrils are assaulted as the smell of incense that fills this room wafts over you. You see rich tapestries cover the walls. As you're looking further across the room to the back corner, you see what appears to be a chute, though it looks super tiny. None of you would be able to fit through it, unfortunately, but you do see it's letting in a bit of light from somewhere outside, you assume, based on the coloration of it. Are y'all entering into the room or just standing there looking?
I'm gonna kind of look back behind everybody over towards Max and say, did you find anything?
Yes.
He's stunned.
Fucking ghost woman's hanging in front of him, questioning him, and he's like, "Yep, I found something."
Yeah, but she also just asked him a question, and he just said yes.
No, I think she could clearly see that he was looking back up to his.
That was like me turning my head to the side, like looking at him, like yes.
Yeah, he slowly nods. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll come over there then.
As you turn your head away and everything, you hear the woman speak again. "Well, are you here to steal any of Didarius's teachings? I will not have it."
I'm not here to steal, make my way into the rooms, to steal or plunder. I'm looking for someone.
As you say that, you're once again reminded as you kind of glance around the room, you see nothing in here. There's empty bookshelves, empty tables.
Yeah, she's a ghost.
But
For sure.
you see nothing of worth of stealing.
Right.
So as you ask that, she says, "You're looking for someone. Who? Who would you be seeking here?"
A dwarf. Looking for a dwarf.
Named Verum.
Clad in purple.
With that, she thinks for a moment, her face kind of scrunching up, and kind of hesitates for a moment, and then she kind of shakes her head. "No, I've not seen a dwarf here recently. Only the Yanti every once in a while, but no dwarves."
We believe he came looking for one of Didarius's instruments. A divination tool, a powerful one.
With that, you see her kind of clucking as she says, "Probably seeking out the pool. Doesn't work as well as it used to. You'll have very little luck there unless he really doesn't favor his soul or his intelligence. Be a foolish move, but I know nothing of this dwarf. I am not one to judge. Why are you here if you're just seeking him out? Why are you in my room? Why are you here where I'm claimed to guard?"
We were searching this place for him. We thought he might be here.
With that, you see her nod. You see her kind of crossing her legs and leaning back, almost as if she's sitting in a chair or something, though she's obviously just floating in the air. And she says, "Well, Didarius did proffer powerful divination magic. We found this mysterious pool in this cavern complex, me and him, some time ago, unfortunately, but He did excavate these chambers around the pool, and kings and wizards came bearing tribute for it.
What does this pool do?
It tells you things, of course. That's what divination magic does.
You said his soul would be in danger.
With that, she nods. She says, yes, the pool's revelations could drive a user insane unless the questions asked were specific and dealt only with the physical world. No extraplanar stuff. Avoiding metaphysical concerns, of course. Gazing into the pool without first offering a sacrifice was exceedingly dangerous.
What do you mean a sacrifice?
With that, she nods. She says, well, using the divination pool required a personal sacrifice, and it wasn't much, but over time, the pool's demands grew steeper. If others have been using the pool since Didarius died, as I think the Yuan-Ti might have done, the current price must be very dark indeed.
How do you know how the pool is prepared to be used?
With that, she kind of looks at you questioningly. Says, it would be very dangerous to do so, but it just requires water to be poured inside of it, and it allows you to gaze upon it at that point and ask your question.
We need to prevent this dwarf from being able to do so.
With that, you hear her kind of laugh in this high tenor. He would be foolish to do so. There would be nothing of his sanity left if he did it at this point.
I wonder if he's done it already.
I'm gonna assume by the dead cult.
Can you tell me how you got here?
As you say that, she kind of leans back in the chair, and you see a very, forlorn and sad appearance across her face. Says, I was accused and mistaken as a thief, a simple thief. I came here to learn, and they accused me of stealing one of Didarius' scrolls of knowledge. I did no such thing, but his other students unfortunately outweighed my one voice, and I was cursed to watch over the library. And she kind of motions around. You see her eyes kind of lighting up as she looks around at these empty shelves, and it almost seems like she sees something different. I was forced to guard these for all of time. That is the price I had to pay for being betrayed by my colleagues.
Well, it's a very nice place indeed. I'm gonna look over, over towards Tara and kind of whisper and say, I think she's went insane.
As you say that, she says, oh, yes, it is. And she stands up and floats over to the north wall here, or the west wall. And she reaches up onto the bookshelf and seems to pull something away, even though nothing's there. And you see her flipping through this imaginary book. And she says, this tome right here, it's where I wrote about the divination pool, and has the same information I just told you. It's fascinating. There's so much knowledge here.
As she's busy, I'm going to start making my way out of the room, backing out slowly.
Yeah, I'm way ahead of him.
Tara's actually going to stay with her and go, can you read me some of these books?
Okay.
It's a very nice collection of dust you have. I have to be going now.
As you say that, she sees a few people leaving. She seems to be raising a finger, saying, oh, wait, where are you going? But then she hears Tara, and she floats over, kind of holding this imaginary book over towards her face, and she kind of points it towards her, and then turns it around and says, oh, yes. This one, it starts out with a beautifully written passage. What does the future hold in store for you? What secrets lie hidden in the stars, or in your cup of tea, for instance? Since ancient times, humankind has sought to divine the future, devising myriad ways to decipher and even control the mysterious workings of fate. It's very fascinating, you see.
Do you have it in Braille?
With that, she kind of tilts her head. She's, "Oh, my dear, you're blind. Oh, She kind of spins in a circle. She says, unfortunately, we did not write any in Braille, but I'd be happy to read them to you."
No, I must be going after my friends. They don't want to listen to a story right now, and we have a dwarf to catch. But that Tara's just going to turn and walk away, kind of feeling dejected.
As you say that, she kind of raises a hand to wave and then looks at her hand and puts it back down. Says, "Oh, very well. I'll be here if you want to know anything else."
As I come out of the room, I'm going to turn to Stone Skull. I think she's lonely.
Very much so.
I'm gonna close the doors behind us.
Do you want to be haunted? This is how you get haunted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna slowly just close the doors and make my way all the way over here.
So as you start to shut these doors, you get one last peek into the room, and you see this floating ghost, this apparition whose name you didn't even bother to get, just kind of solemnly waving to you, and with a bit of a sad smile on her face, she waves as you shut the doors behind her.
Her name is Carol or Karen.
Carol or Karen. It's true.
As you as you enter this room, you all hear this whisper that you've kind of grown a little bit familiar with, this kind of fleeting knowledge that briefly touches your mind, and you get this message that floats through your head. It says, "Humility proffered in the manner of Mistral shelters those opening the way to seeking knowledge."
God damn it. The one time I'm not playing someone who worships her.
Say that. Can you say that again?
She said something minstrel wants us to sing.
Not.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Humility proffered in the manner of Mistral shelters those opening the way to seeking knowledge.
Do I know anything about Mistral?
You can give me a religion check.
Oh, I'm sure that'll go well.
Hey!
Hey!
So as you think back to the manner of Mistral, you're reminded of, a deity that was named that a fallen goddess named Mistral. You know that there was a holy gesture among adherents of this deity, and it involved turning your head downward and raising the hands as if holding a lamp.
Alright, and I'll kind of call everyone's attention and say, everyone, repeat after me, and then perform the motions. And, well, I'll say it out loud for Tara.
Yeah, what am I doing?
You're lowering your head and then raising an arm up above your head like you're carrying a lantern, lighting the way for those to see.
Okay, I'll have me and Mr. Pebbles do it.
Okay. So as you all ventured further into this room, kind of looking around and then quickly getting instruction from Ignalia to do this motion, you all stop and are silent for a moment as you assume this pose, raising your hands up as holding a lantern in both your hands and bowing your head solemnly. As it all becomes quiet, you notice a rumbling that seems to be coming from all corners of this room. And it continues on for a moment until Mr. Pebbles kind of gratingly lowers his head and raises his arms up in the air. And then the rumbling stops.
It seems most things here revolve around tribute of some sort.
So what, it wants tribute from Mr. Pebbles?
No, you just gave tribute. Humility pro-offered.
Tara kind of scratches her head. If you say so.
So, did the rumbling feel as if it was coming from anywhere in particular?
It seemed to be all around you, but as everyone completed this motion, the rumbling stopped completely.
Does that mean we should all continue the motion? Continue holding that pose?
And there's nothing else in this room.
You just see, like I said, there's a small passageway leading in light up here in this corner. Like I said, too small. It's like a tiny little hole, letting out a little filter of light. In the room itself, you see not a whole lot. You see, like I said, some rich tapestries that are covering the wall. Yeah, that's about it. You see 5 of these tapestries hanging in various parts of the wall. But that's about it. You see a doorway leading down. You remember briefly seeing a doorway in this library in the approximately the same area. You kind of get the inclination that they connect. And you also see a hallway that looks vaguely familiar.
Can I try to look through this little, whatever it is, keyhole or whatever of light?
Yeah, as you look into it, you see, kind of the ebbing sun or sunlight is what you kind of get the impression of coming through it. And as you look through the door, or look through this view hole, if nothing else, it appears to be leading to the outside. And as you look at it, you see what appears to be a stone wall, though it looks kind of ancient and decrepit in its manner. You get the feeling that maybe you're looking out towards one of the buildings outside.
Yeah, appears we're on the other side of the area we came in from.
I say we go check the door out with the goblet on it.
Yeah, that's the last one.
We go back down the hallway. And then...
As you get to here.
No!
Not that would have been any help.
Give me a perception check, Maximilian.
Yes.
You don't so much hear, even as you raise your torch up to listen, look towards where you're hearing the sound. You hear a rumbling coming from the opposite end of this passageway. And you kind of stop and listen to it, and it's rumbling deep, just kind of shuddering. And then it stops for a brief moment. And then you hear another sound, kind of rumbling and then clanking and clacking as you look forward and you see a sphere that appears to be constructed entirely of skeletons rolling towards you. Give me a dex saving throw, please.
A sphere of goblins?
I've played Dark Souls. That's called Pinwheel.
Okay,
And that's 24 with my shield.
So as this kind of semi-spherical shape of just bones and stuff rolls towards you, you have just enough time to bring your shield up and kind of slam yourself against the wall. The bones and everything hits you, dealing
0.
Oh.
Yeah, nothing, since you have essentially evasion. As it runs into you, you feel it bracing you, buffering against your shield as you hold it against yourself, and then exploding outward all around you, slamming into the walls and such. You feel like it could have taken a good chunk of damage if you hadn't have put yourself against the wall and protected yourself with the shield, as this ball of skeletons and such explodes against the wall under your shield, doing nothing to you.
She's called Shield Master, not amateur.
This place is getting weirder and weirder.
It just exploded?
Yeah.
Not just clatter of bones all over the ground?
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta get up and turn. You guys saw that, right?
No.
Did we see that?
Nope, I wasn't paying attention.
Everybody except Tara, yes, you saw that.
I'm still answering no. Alright, back around to the secret room and climb down.
Where that came from.
Say anything superhero landing.
And poof. Find yourself at the top of the stairs. You see this kind of golden goblet chiseled into this doorway. Nothing else, though.
I'll hop off Mr. Pebbles and have him open the door.
All right. So as Mr. Pebble opens this door, you see what appears to be a bedchamber lying upon it, or beyond it, rather. And as you move into it, you see this kind of large, elegant bed sitting over in the corner. You see sets of bookshelves, a large wooden chest, and a side table set with ewer and goblets. And that's all kind of up in this early area. The bookshelves kind of lining the walls all around it.
Is he in there?
I guess this was Didarius' chamber.
Mm.
I don't know.
As you all move into this room, the air seems to change, growing colder. And at first you kind of look down and then you see your breath beginning to crystallize
Huge
in front
map
of your
is
face.
Huge.
And after a few moments,
Oh God.
6 figures appear before you, looking over, all of their eyes glowing with menace as they look down towards you. And they all move to attack.
Oh god, it's the 11. The end times are
God.
upon us.
C11.
I need everybody to roll for initiative, please.
Havoc, why do I see an 11?
The
Oh, because
DM.
it's my
Yeah.
I
turn.
want to fight an 11.
Bad
DM.
DM.
I'm not
The
fighting.
11 is the actual Vin boss. You thought dragons were scary? Wait till you see 11.
Till you see 11.
We've entered room 11, gentlemen.
Out of
How did you crit roll
436.
14?
That's Sunday's game.
Hold on.
You right?
How did you crit roll 14 on initiative?
Oh my Jesus.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
because he has advantage on his.
Yeah, you actually rolled a
Rolls.
12.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Well, that's bad coding.
Yeah, if it has a crit one way or another, it takes the crit first and hits a
That's
cover
creepy.
for it.
I like it.
That's silly.
Oh,
All right. So he's gonna roll. He's gonna roll. These guys are gonna roll.
oh no. Music is super loud. Here we go. That's better.
So, hey, Damien, just a hint. Do you know what happens if you get reduced to 0 hit points by one of these things? You should remember.
Oh, I remember.
Does that ever occur?
I won't ever forget, Scott.
Forge, the background here is I killed Damien on like our first day of a game with one of these.
It was
Nice.
It was
Strahd.
session 2.
Hmm?
You were-
No, it wasn't Shrod.
It was session 2, though.
It was session 1.
Okay,
It
you're
was the
right.
murder
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, this was like the brain
Whoever
vault,
gets in
that
here
very
played.
very first game I ran.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that one,
Jesus.
too.
Calculator?
You've been murdered a lot.
calculator.
I have been. You're welcome.
Why do you think I keep offering him to the gods every time it's like a sacrifice is needed?
Kind of like it's about time. I was wondering when this time was going to present itself.
Welcome. I'm like your martyr. Welcome.
History repeats itself. Okay, get on the dial.
Sorry,
What if
buddy.
we just left?
You know, we've turned to that option pretty frequently lately, and it hasn't, gone wrong yet.
Run away, run away.
All right, so you see these
Ugh.
floating spectral figures before you that immediately move towards you to attack. This guy's gonna go first. He hovers over towards Ignalia, being closest to him,
Hello, friend.
and you see him raising his
Oh.
hands and reaching towards your neck.
Hello, friend.
An 11 is going to miss.
Yes, it will.
Goodness.
Thank
Listen.
God.
All right, this guy is also going to move down towards Ignalia.
20 necrotic.
Mm.
One.
And gonna reach out towards your body as well with these spindly fingers, also
No,
missing.
go away.
I officially
Don't
know
want
exactly
it. Don't want the
what's
bad
about
touch.
to happen.
This one's
Gone,
gonna reach out
thought.
towards Stone Skull though, and also do the same. 17. Damn, not getting any good hits. All right, all of them missing their attacks.
17 hits.
Wait, what? Does it? Oh,
When-
boy!
When I don't have the Aegis, it hits.
Oh, yeah!
Well, I match, so yeah, it
Beats
hits.
the beats. All right, I need a
Mhm.
con save, please.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, it wasn't my turn yet.
Ooh,
if it meets it beats,
That's
it
baby.
Beats it beats.
All right, so you take 12 points of necrotic damage. You feel the life being sucked out of you as it rakes these claws across your skin. It seems to be trying to pull your life essence out of you as it does so, but it's unable to grab hold of as you kind of suck your own like ether back inside of you. Maximilian.
Here we go.
Cluster up like that. I am going to use my bonus action to give a point of inspiration to Ignalia.
Okay.
And say, close your eyes. And I am going to cast Fairy Fire. To hit. Oh, wait. I thought that was 20. Yeah, it's 20 feet to this square, right?
Yep.
Oh god, what kind of saving throw is Fairy Fire?
Yeah. Right. Hence the inspiration, buddy.
I'm fucked.
hold on.
20 feet out from that square, so it's going to go around and hit all the bad dudes and Ignalia.
And Ignalia.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
And you.
Dexterity.
It is a dex save.
It'll hit you as well, Max.
No, the design is to hit everyone, but I know I can't do that without hitting Ignalia too.
Right,
Like I
but
can put it, but I can put it in a position where it's not going to hit me too. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, if you put it back in this square going out, it's going to go out around like this.
mm-hmm.
Hit
Right,
Ignalia.
right.
Not going to hit Stone
It's not going to
Skull.
get the bottom.
Not going to hit
here.
that bottom. Yeah, it won't hit the bottom guy. But it'll get everybody
Right, but
else.
everybody else.
Okay.
That's
And
the goal.
Ignalia. All right, so dex saves, right?
Yep.
All right, starting from the top.
I get advantage because he warned me, right?
Not so much. Because it's not really seeing it or not that really determines that it's being able to dodge.
Hey!
Hey, you were able to save. All right, the Wraith is going to. He's going to fail. Go mark him so I know what I'm doing here. All right, the Spectre there is going to try to save. Going to fail pretty badly. Spectre below him. Is that 15, right?
Yep.
All right,
Fail.
so it meets. No, it meets, it beats.
16. 16 is my DC.
Oh, 16. Okay, yeah, then it fails. And then one more Wraith, right? Yeah. He will save. So both
That
of
line
these
straight
guys
down. Yep.
will be marked. Got a few of them. They're glowing with this golden light. Oh, wait. Oh. Repeat. Hey, good thing. There we go. Cool.
And that I'll move. That'll end my turn.
Okay. All right. So as Max quickly whips the antagonist through the air, letting out this quiet whistle, and Nalia feels inspired, and this golden light kind of radiates from the back of the room out, overflowing everything, including Nalia, but she's able to kind of step aside of it at the last second, not being covered in it. 3 of the spectral creatures are, though. That being said, this one's going to start moving down. Yeah, floating down. It's going to move down towards Max since he's moved out towards it. And it is going to try to get you. Ooh, 24.
Ouch.
Does it?
All right, need a con save. Jesus.
Sweet Christ.
14. Holy shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Still take 26 necrotic damage, but you're able to keep your life force from being zapped out by this creature. Ignalia.
This is fucking bananas. Alright, yeah, I'm going to Flame Blade swing at the Wraith to the west of me.
Okay.
26.
26 will hit.
And I'm gonna go ahead and just dump a smite into that.
Okay.
He is undead, correct?
He is 100% undead.
He's super undead.
Wait, shit. Willie, what's smite cap out at?
5d8. So you can do
Okay.
48 fourth level or third level spell.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use
That's
the third
the
level
highest you
then.
can use. Yeah.
Oh, what a poopy smite.
Wow.
Ouch.
You get an extra for.
You get inspiration too.
Oh. No, I think it's probably better if I make sure I keep hitting or dodging.
Yeah, that's man. I wish I had more inspiration to dish out.
Man, so poopy.
11 on a
Not
5d8.
great. Alright, anything else?
Holy crap.
That
is bad.
Yeah, these guys are kind of fucking terrifying. I'm going to bonus action, meta magic, quicken, do it again.
Okay.
So it's a 22 hit.
22 does hit.
All right, and dumping another smite.
Okay. Well, that's better.
There we
That
go.
evens out.
All right.
Okay, so a total of 21 magical slashing damage.
All right. Anything else? That's it.
10 fire and 40 radiant. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it for me. Sorry, the specter to the south of him should take 10 fire total from both of those swings hitting,
Okay.
and that's it.
Alrighty. So as you bring your blade around the first time, you slash through it. You notice your weapon kind of passing through it instead of really gaining any purchase. And as the fire flares around your blade, you see it kind of burning up a little bit, but really not doing a whole lot. However, as you release this radiant energy, it seems to burn away at the core of this being, shattering away some of its kind of tattered cloak that seems to be part of its makeup as it floats in front of you. As you bring it around the second time, much the same with the blade and the fire, doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot to it, but that radiant damage burns away kind of the side of it. Its middle kind of coming bare before it kind of starts wisping a little bit back together. But it is definitely taking a good chunk of damage from that. Stone Skull.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna
rage.
I'm definitely raging for my bonus action, and then I'm just gonna I don't even know how to react to these things. Like, they're ghosts, and I just immediately just start like swiping the sword as hard as I can directly to what, like, kind of cleaving it, going from the west to the south, hitting each one once.
All right.
First one at advantage.
Natural 20 definitely hits.
And then the second one, normal.
26 will also hit.
All right, so 24 on the first attack, and 16 on the second attack to the one on the south.
All right. Anything else?
Oh, the advantage.
No, just terrified.
Okay. All right. So Stone Skull rages, a bit of panic in his eyes. He brings Gleam Edge around the first time, slashing through this creature. It had already taken a little bit of damage from Ignalia's fire lashing out to it. Its eyes were turning slowly towards you, and you cleave it right through its head. You see its head kind of split apart a bit and then reform itself together. It is still standing. You bring the blade around again the second time towards the other one. Both these attacks seeming like just barely any resistance as you cut through it, knowing that you're not doing what you feel like should be more damage, but still doing a little bit to them at the least. This one in front of Ignalia is going to turn its attention towards Stone Skull.
Yeah, oh, those two are both marked also.
Okay. I'll mark that, otherwise I forget.
Yeah.
But you just cut his head in half. He's upset with you.
I definitely tried.
Oh no.
Natural 20.
Maybe.
That's going to be 27 damage.
Okay. Split in half. So 13.
Okay. You have resistance to necrotic too? Damn it.
Everything
but psychic.
Everything but psychic.
Beefy. Alright, well, 27
Like, why did I even
damage.
bother leaving it out? Like,
And
honestly,
I need a con save.
Okay.
don't fuck it up.
Ooh. You got +7. It's gonna be hard for you to fail.
It is.
So as this thing just lets out this kind of banshee scream in your face, it reaches down and grabs hold of your chest. You feel your body like not moving, but you feel your soul just kind of eeping out towards this creature as it grabs hold of it and starts to yank it out of your body. You're able to quickly slap at your chest, just kind of panicking, and in doing so, you're able to bring your soul back into your body, not losing that strength of will, but taking a little chunk of damage there. This guy that is glowing and everything is going to move down to where you can see a target in Maximilian and is going to do the same. 12 is going to miss, thankfully for him, as it swipes at you and you kind of sidestep around, not wanting to get hit again by these things. Steve.
All right. Last.
Wow.
It's called yelling. Poke at the rapier.
Okay. 12's gonna, or an 11's gonna miss, unfortunately.
Oh, hold on.
It is a damn good thing I just raged, because that could have been super terrifying.
Oh yeah, it does have advantage. Yeah, roll again. Do it. Do it. 17 hits.
Yay.
Yay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Got him.
Anything else?
No, I'm good. Look, I have a bunch of meat shields.
I killed one. I'm good.
I'm good. All right. So as Steve kind of frantically stabs out towards this creature, its eyes completely on it, just got done trying to suck the life out of Stone Skull. You're able to easily catch it right through its head, hitting it once again. You see its face kind of turning, rotating on the piercing end of your rapier. And with that, you hear this banshee scream out again as it takes just way too much damage for it to remain among the undead, and kind of vanishes in this puff of ethereal smoke.
I like this imagery of me and Max, like, aggressively dealing with 5 at once while Stone Skull and Steve are frantically screaming.
Oh, gosh. Get it away! All right, Tara.
Tara's gonna hold her hand out towards Stone Skull and give him an Aegis.
Okay.
And then she's gonna hold her hands out towards Ignalia and Stone Skull and switch gears.
Oh, yeah.
And then she's gonna take
yeah.
a step back
I shift into third.
and end her turn.
You're giving that to Ignalia?
And Stone Skull.
Oh, you dual
Twin
cast it.
spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that'll end my turn.
Alrighty, so as Tara steps forward, she raises one hand very quickly as she's moving towards Ignalia, and as she does so, the rocks and stone from beneath Stone Skull's feet begin to rise up and circle around him, giving him some added bit of protection. Not as much as you would hope for, I think, though. And with that, she quickly slaps Ignalia, squeezing in between Stone Skull and Ignalia and Steve, and slaps Stone Skull as well, emboldening them with haste. And that is her turn. Tara quickly exits the room. Well, this guy is not a fan of the two people next to him, but which one is he going to attack? He's going to go for Max. As he reaches out for him. He's going to crit fail and miss.
He's going to drop his hands.
Yeah, he drops his hands on the floor. You see him lunging forward, and they kind of recoil back from the shield as it kind of briefly glows with radiant energy, kind of looks at it and shields his eyes away from it. Not able to attack you for a second.
Roll that D100, son. Maybe get surprised or something.
I mean,
some sort of bonus.
Yeah, they shall need the help you need. So.
Right. Hey, they're gangbanging me in this corner. It's feeling like a shower scene.
That's one. As it recoils back away from it, you being the target, Maximilian, you're able to get an attack of opportunity if you so choose to do so.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Yep, he absolutely does.
Okay, yeah, you hit.
And I'm also going to smite.
Okay.
Oh, whoops. and add the poopy, and add so 22 total.
That's
Okay.
poopy.
All right, so as this thing kind of recoils away from his shield glowing, Maximilian quickly takes that opportunity to reach forward and slash the antagonist through it, sliding, like I said, slight bit of resistance against him as he brings the antagonist through, but he leaves a trail of this golden radiant light that obviously damages it fully. This thing's starting to look pretty beat up, but still definitely standing. This guy only has a chance to attack Ignalia, so he's going to attempt to do so. Gonna miss.
Hey, you stop that.
This one's going to attack Stone Skull.
Mm-hmm.
Also gonna miss.
That's a fail.
We'll do this again. 20.
Oh.
If it makes sense, we'll do it. If it doesn't, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
It can't fall prone, unfortunately, so it just misses. And Maximilian.
I am going to attack that wraith that's glowing.
This one?
I'm
The
sorry, I
specter.
flipped over. The specter, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
The purple specter.
Twice.
Second one misses, I think.
14 and 22.
You attacking the purple guy, or are you attacking this dude?
That guy.
That guy. Okay. Cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is right.
14 and 22 will both hit.
Nice. 4, 7, and 8. And I'm gonna smite on both of those two.
Okay.
3d8.
Make sure you're detracting spell
Yeah.
slots as you do so.
I know. So 3d8 and 48.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Kill him. Okay, kill him.
And anything
And
else?
nope, that was my turn.
All right, so as you see this wraith moving towards you, its arms kind of outreaching towards you, you quickly bring the antagonist around twice. Both of your cuts, the blade not really doing a whole lot, but the radiant energy that leaves a trail behind, definitely scarring into this creature. You see some of its form flying away. The lower half of it now gone, but it is definitely still standing. The guy to your west is going to try to attack you. 9's gonna miss. Lucky.
I
Ignalia.
know.
All right. With my hasted form, I will lunge forward and attack the one to the west of me again.
Okay.
11, I'm going to use... I assume that doesn't hit, so I'm going to use my inspiration.
I don't know if it hits. Can't answer if you want to use inspiration.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I need it, so... Wow.
Oh.
Ouch.
So even as you feel the inspiring action of Maximilian coursing through you, unfortunately your blade goes wide on the first attack.
That's
Felt
okay.
me coursing through you.
That's rough.
Gross. Oh my... Okay. My roll 20 just died again. Hold on.
That's rough.
That's because the joke to Max.
It was that bad.
It was that bad.
He's coursing through what? No, I'm shutting down.
No, I'm done with this shit. I'm out. Fuck this shit.
ya,
I'm
bud.
out. I feel like I
Okay.
was saying something earlier about stuff not being challenging.
this way.
enough.
I like it.
Does a 24 hit?
Oh, it does.
Oh god, hold on. Scaling went wide. And I'll dump a smite into that.
Yep.
Okay. Another 18. Okay.
Is he still alive?
He is.
Alright, and shove the 4 fire damage over to the wraith behind him.
Okay.
And alright, one more hastened. Well, not. Wait a second. No, god damn it.
Quicken.
Meta magic.
Yeah.
Swing.
Okay.
So another
24
24 hit.
Mm-hmm.
And another spell slot. Oh god, it hurts.
But luckily, this one will finish this creature off.
Oh, good.
Without the smite, or should I smite anyway?
I mean, if you want to, go ahead.
I'm gonna smite anyway. I just want to make sure it's dead.
See its form disappearing. Nope, smiting.
But it's
Yep, just to make sure.
Okay.
but it's
Okay, calm down on the spell slots.
Listen, don't tell me how to live my life.
Make sure you don't reducing them. I'm on the honor system here. All right.
I
Yeah.
am
So
running out.
as you bring your blade around 3 times, all of them scoring into, or well, the first one missing just wide, but you quickly with a flourish, bring your longsword around, able to cut into it twice. The golden radiating energy coming around both times as you do so. And as the second one leaves its body, you see it screaming in pain as it form kind of withers from the bottom up, just turning into this kind of smoting black smoke and disappearing from view.
I'm the only one who's allowed to smolder around here.
That's right.
Terrified, quickly taking 2 attacks to the one to the south.
Okay. Both hit.
Okay. 17. Still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Additional 13.
Mm-hmm.
Still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna use my hasted attack. 17 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Another 15.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Still
still
standing.
alive.
Mm-hmm.
Just,
Wow, if only that talking sword was magical.
It is.
It is.
In damage?
Yeah.
Man, how this thing alive?
it's getting hit. If it wasn't magical, you wouldn't do any damage to it.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like you're still missing something. It's weird. Crazy. Yeah, so as you bring Gleam Edge around, you're able to hit into this thing, just completely chopping through it, just chopping bits and pieces of it away.
Wait,
Able to do some...
can I turn the blade on its side as I'm swiping at it?
No.
And, like, kind of bat through it?
Nope.
No.
I mean, you can.
It won't make any difference. So,
Yeah.
but no.
Okay.
Because I don't want to set a precedent for that. So no. But yeah, as you cleave through this thing 3 times, you're cutting pieces of it away. You just feel like you're not doing as much damage as you should be doing. Even with your magical blade Gleam Edge cutting through it, it is still standing.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope. Can't do anything
Alright.
else.
All right, this guy is dead again. This guy's not, though.
That's unfortunate.
Still can only really get to Max. Now he is going to take a step forward, getting more into the melee. That guy up there,
Hello,
she's
friend.
out of the way. He is going to still swing at Max, though.
Oh
Another
no.
Natural 20.
Oh no.
Ooh, that is...
That's me going down.
that's
That's
a calculator.
a lot.
That's
Max, what is your max total HP?
60.
Oh,
One.
fuck.
that is 53
have 25.
points of damage.
I'm
Um,
down skis.
Give me a con save, just to see. Okay, yeah, all right. So
Jesus
even
Christ.
though as this thing reaches into you, trying to pull your life, you feel the necrotic energy just seeping through your entire body. You feel yourself losing consciousness, but you're able to, at the last second, pull your soul back into your body, not losing that strength. But Max is unconscious and falling prone.
Mm.
Steve.
Step side skull. Stabbing.
Stabbing that one. Okay.
With advantage.
That one, no. The one to your west, you would. Up here. But not the one down next to Stone Skull.
To see.
To what now?
You're breaking up.
Fighting.
On which one?
The one in front of.
In front of Stone Skull? Okay. It will make a charisma check. Not super good at those. Yeah. Gotta beat a 7. Yeah, you do it. Uh, 16 will hit. Oof. Oh, yeah. This thing that, was just in tatters after the assault from Stone Skull, barely standing, cannot take the damage from your rapier as you pierce through it.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Back-
All right. That one's gonna get an attack of opportunity on you because you already used your bonus action.
Right.
Kill
Alright.
stealing bastard.
But luckily for you, a 9 will miss.
Woo!
Tara.
I'm gonna start with my bonus action.
Mr. Pebble stepping over. Maximum.
Really making sure he's in the grave, I guess.
Yeah.
A 20 and a 7
20 will hit.
for 5 bludgeoning, so nothing.
All right.
And I will step up here beside Steve, and we will hurl an Earth Bolt at the one by Max. Wow. Okay.
We will.
I don't know why that's broke.
Gibbly dog. You haven't used that in a while. It might still be broken from the last update.
What do you have to do to fix that?
You'll have
Drag
to,
and drop it from the compendium and
yeah,
rename it.
just redirect Firebolt, and you'll have to change the text on it.
Well, how about I
Just roll a d20 plus your charisma plus, what are y'all at, 3 now or 4 for your proficiency?
3.
3. So yeah, so charisma plus 3
Mm-hmm.
plus d20 to see if you hit. Ha! Natural 20. Yes, you hit. I will need 2d10. Wait, no. What's its damage now?
Its damage now is
2d10.
3D. 3D10, I think. No, it's up to 2D10.
Yeah, it's like it shouldn't be until 11.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll need 2d10 twice. The second one will be max regardless.
So,
Okay, so 18 damage. Which one were you targeting?
the one who is hovering over Max.
Oh, this one up here? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
That'll end my turn.
All right. So as Mr. Pebble moves forward, able to slam through this thing, his fist just kind of passing through this specter. You definitely can tell Mr. Pebble's had some resistance to it, doing some damage, but not a whole lot. And as you fling this earth bolts forward, it also passes straight through, actually hitting the wall back behind it, but doing some damage to it. It's starting to look a little tapered off, but not a whole lot. This guy's dead. This one's not, though. Going after Ignalia again. 10's gonna miss.
Nah, bro.
This one's dead.
Yeah,
Maximilian,
that one's dead.
I need a death saving throw to see if you're dead.
Yeah.
Hey.
One save. All right. This one. Yeah, I mean, he's got Mr. Pebbles in front of it. It's gonna reach out and try to get him. 9's gonna miss though. Ignalia.
Hooray. I will, with my first action, swing at the Wraith.
Okay.
How about a nat 20?
Nat 20 definitely hits.
Okay. I'll be smiting.
Okay. Yeah. Do it.
Oh boy. It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna be a lot of damage. I just need to see what your smite rolls. See if I even need to bother calculating the
So,
rest.
I'll be using my highest level, that is over cap, because I don't want to
Fourth
waste any.
level.
So that's 10d8.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
'cause of
the
crit.
first crit double, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Radiant
Oof.
damage alone is gonna take this thing out.
Alright. And then with my hasted action, I am gonna go ahead and gather in my fist a nice ball of healing energy and just fucking slam that into Max's chest.
Okay. Quickening. What, cure wounds, I guess?
Not quickening, it's just my second action for haste.
Oh, okay.
I am terrified.
Terrified.
0 of 3 remaining.
Take your 14 health.
Thank you.
Alright,
Test. Okay,
Yep.
there we go.
here you go.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I'm really low on spell slots, guys.
All right, so as Ignalia beginning to look a little bit winded, you see some strain across her face, some beads of sweat beginning to go down her brow. Brings the sword around, is able to hit a crit shot just right through it, starting out its bottom of its waist and going straight through its upper shoulder. And as she does so, the radiant energy trails behind and almost explodes inside the wound. As this radiant light fills all of your eyes, you have to squint against it, and as your vision kind of clears, you see there's nothing remaining of this wraith that was standing there, or floating there, rather. All right. Stone Skull.
Gonna occupy the space of this other one that's dead.
Okay.
And as I do, going to cleave the one as I'm running through to the south, and then hit the one to the northwest, and then bring it back for a second attack back again over here.
Okay.
So
2 with advantage, 1 regular. Hit.
And this is the normal. And this is the advantage.
And 21 hits.
So the first and last.
Yes.
Okay. So there's 1 and 2. 20. Ugh, I'm bad at math, apparently. 20.
I've got a calculator already.
Okay.
Plus
30.
minus thing. He is still
33.
standing. He has not really been touched up till now, so you're just now damaging him.
Cool.
Got some good hits on him, though. He's still standing, though.
Yep. That's it.
All right. This guy is dead again. Steve.
All right. Win that one.
All right. No attack with advantage. 26 hits. All right. Anything else? All right. Bonus action disengage. All right. Steve, with a quick motion, steps over next to Ignalia, bringing the rapier up, stabbing it through the chest of this specter. It kind of recoils away from the attack, taking some damage from it. But you're feeling just not a whole lot of tension against your blade like you would in a flesh and blood creature as you bring the rapier out and take a quick step back as it kind of swipes down towards you but unable to connect with you.
South one is also marked.
Oh, yeah. Tara.
I'm gonna just have Mr. Pebbles looking at it. I know he's not being.
Attacking the same one.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, both of those will miss.
Alright, I'll hurl an earth bolt at him.
Yuck.
Is my inspiration from earlier still there?
You didn't use it, so yes, it is.
Okay, and it's D8?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
That is enough. It hits.
Oh.
Oh, awesome. AC acquired.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's
Okay.
not fire damage.
AC
I'll fix
130
that.
acquired.
Yeah. All right. So as Mr. Pebbles brings his fist around twice, just unable to connect with this creature as it kind of floats and bobs and weaves around his attacks. As the second attack goes down, you see it leaves a clear shot for you to send your earth bolt flying forward, and you catch it right in the chest. Once again, passing through it, but doing some damage to it. Starting to look a little tattered up, but definitely still rearing to fight.
Is Mr. Pebbles standing on top of me?
Yeah, Mr. Pebbles
Maybe
made
have to move. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. All right. This guy got 3 targets now. I'm gonna go after Ignalia.
You can
Okay.
hit me. Do it.
12
No.
does not hit. Misses. Maximilian, you've got some healing energy coursing through you. You are still prone though.
Yeah, I'm going to get up and resume my onslaught.
All right. Towards the one
Yeah,
to your
north.
west.
Yep.
Both attacks hit.
11 and 12. Hey, look at that.
Hey.
Still standing. Looks very beat up now though.
Yeah, no, I'm good. That's it.
All right. 2 quick shots as Maximilian stands up, kind of wobbly a little bit on his feet, but quickly brings the antagonist around with just brute force, chopping through this thing, knocking off bits and pieces of its flowing spectral form, but not enough to slay it completely. This one also has 3 targets. Gonna go after Stone Skull,
Okay.
and it's gonna miss.
Yeah.
Ignalia.
Yeah.
Oh god,
Yeah.
it hurts.
It missed me,
All right.
yeah.
Swinging to the one at the southwest there.
Okay.
Oh, god damn it. Advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 swipes.
22.
22.
Alright, so he's taking 10 slashing, 6 fire. I'm gonna save these spell slots.
All right. So as you chop through it with just your blade, not empowering it now with any radiant energy, it slices through, doing some damage. You see most of its form beginning to kind of flicker and such, but is not quite out of the fight yet. Stone
Alright,
Skull.
one more. Hasted.
Forgot about it. I apologize.
22. Again, another 11 total.
All right. Math is hard. Okay, yeah, still standing, just barely holding on to its form right now. Stone Skull.
Okay. I'm gonna continue with this kind of swiping motion, going from one to the other, just back and forth. Again, starting to the south, going then to the northwest, and then back to the south again.
Okay.
26, then to the north, 18, and then back to the south, 18. Yeah. 18 and 15 to the south. Whew, finally got one. And then
finally got one.
northwest, 15.
I will say after your first attack, you clearly saw this thing dissipating and disappearing. So if you want to have your second attack, go to the other one.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
your
we
third
could do
attack,
that.
rather, go to the
The
other
second and third, yeah, we could do that.
one. Okay. All right, cool.
So yeah, and then just after seeing the first one take him down, he just turns and just hacks at it twice, trying to kill. And kills. Nice.
All right, go ahead and narrate how you take out the last 2 specters.
Stone Skull is fucking terrified of all of this. Like, nothing about this is very settling to him. So he's just kind of like frantically, just in his rage, just kind of swiping as hard and quickly as he can. And as he sees the sword swipes through the one to the south, he just immediately, like in a reaction, just comes over and starts swiping at it, and then, to narrate it, takes the blade and just swipes it across the head of this one as it comes back, and it just knocks it out of existence, and it just goes up in a poof of nothingness.
All right, so as both of these just completely dissipate into nothing, you find yourself once again alone inside this room, slaying all of these specters. A few moments pass, and Ignalia and Stone Skull are overwhelmed for a few moments by this wave of fatigue as haste wears off in the room, or on them rather. Once again, you do see some decorations and such around, around this bed chamber rather. Bed, elegant bed, sets of bookshelves, large wooden chests, and side table and such around there. And it seems like the guardians of this room have finally been slayed, but at no small cost to the party, as it took a lot out of you to slay all of these creatures.
Can we stop?
And that is where we'll be ending the session for the night.
But can we stop here, please?
You're like, can we rest?
Yes, please.
Even if it's a short rest, I don't care. I just need to stop.
Now, I walked back earlier and sat down at my desk and put my headphones on. Didn't unmute because I was drinking and stuff. And I heard something like, blah, blah, blah. Like, nothing's really challenging up here. You'll keep steamrolling stuff. Blah, blah, blah.
Wait, did we say that?
Who said that? It definitely was not me this time. No, seriously, it wasn't me.
Get those paladins some ghosts. Paladins love ghosts.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Alright, I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Alright. Holy crap. Oh, those numbers, man. Just so much. As always, thank you guys for being here. Don't forget, we are back tomorrow with Amongst the Giants, which is our Storm King's Thunder playthrough. And then, let's see what else. Thursday is Fate. Friday is D&D Replay. It's going to be an all-day thing. Saturday, Sunday, we got a lot of games here. We hope you'll be here for it. We'd love to have you. I believe, let me go and see on my D&D people who is playing. We're gonna go over, as always, we're gonna go over and say hi to Welcome Party. Go, as always, go say hi. Tell them how much I love them. I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a good night, and yeah, see you soon.